Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis, and with me tonight I have Stu Wally as my co-host. As usual, tonight we're going to cover the latest Man United transfer news, and updates, as always. And there have been some reports out from Andy Mitten saying that Real Madrid gave Man United target Tchouaméni a 3-year contract extension and improved wages in part because they didn't think Rodri was available then. But now Real Madrid have understood that he could be available. So what we're actually seeing now is Tchouaméni coming back into the picture, and if Real Madrid goes for Rodri, they will need money to fund that signing. He won't be cheap from Manchester City, and there won't be a midfield spot for him if they keep Tchouaméni. So tonight we're going to actually cover a little bit more about Tchouaméni. I have prepared some breakdowns. We will look at his attributes and how he will fit into this Man United midfield trio with Bruno and Kobe Mainu. That will be an interesting one. There are other transfer update news on Lewis Hall. And the Mitten report also comes in and say that Man United are specifically looking for a left back, and Lewis Hall is a target. And United wouldn't target players if they didn't want a move to Old Trafford. So we know the transfer strategy now out for Man United, and I think we are at the stage where we are looking at him. Newcastle is a hard bargain. They don't want to sell. I think Lewis Hall wants to come, and I feel that we are waiting for actually Lewis Hall to trying to force a move. It could happen, and we will have the debate. I don't know what you guys think about Lewis Hall. Could he be the next player coming in at left back? And we also just need an option because we only have Luke Shaw. We could play Masraoui on the left. We could play Dallo on the left, but that's like emergency options. And we have a young Harry Amas as the third option, I would say. So I reckon we need a left back, and Lewis Hall is the priority target. And we have also heard tonight that Juventus are considering Joshua Zirkzee as a potential forward option, and they are looking at Kulu Muani also as he's their priority. But we saw Joshua Zirkzee had a good game against Rosenborg. He scored a beautiful goal, and my thoughts on Joshua Zirkzee is: do we need to sell him? Should we sell him? I don't know, guys. I want to know your opinions on Joshua Zirkzee. But I think there's no spot in our forward line for Joshua Zirkzee. And if we keep him, we will be in troubles when it comes to other players. For example, Shay, Lacy, because there have been some reports also coming out from Samuel Luckhurst saying that Jay Lacy will be in the first team squad, at least for the first half of the season. So again, I think Man United are betting on trying to sell either Joshua Zirkzee, Rashford, or both, because we want to leave a pathway open for our young talents. And, this is always the dilemma being a big club with a big squad. How do we keep the youngsters ready? How do we leave a pathway for them? So that's also a topic we will discuss tonight. Danilo, we heard about the Danilo guy, the Nottingham Forest guy who went to Botafogo, back to Brazil. He was offered to Man United, but Fabrizio Romano say that the deal is not advancing anymore. So I think we will put Danilo on ice for now, and I think we will focus on the midfield targets that we already are being linked to. And I say right now we are looking at Tchouaméni and Sander Berge. I think those are the two main targets. And personally, I think we have a small bet on Zaire Emery also at PSG, because I don't know. I think that's just a strange rumor, and he fits the profile. So that's just my personal thoughts. Matthijs de Ligt, injury, back injury, operation, surgery. Still not fully back in training, and Andy Mitten tells us he will be back in the autumn. So it's a very wide term, the autumn. So it could be September, October, November. I don't know, but he will be back eventually. We will see. We will see. Guys, yeah, basically I think that covers what we'll talk about tonight. Smash the like, subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils. Hopefully Saeed will raid us, and guys, we will be back, Stu and I, after this short intro. So see you in a second. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Welcome to the Tactical Devils. Stu, are you on your phone? Is everything okay?
No, it's all over for me. I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm hugely embarrassed, and I'm going to have to leave my old mate in the lurch here, and I'm really, really sorry. My son is in desperate need, and I've got to go and pick him up. I've texted Mark to see if he can join you.
Okay.
To see if we can join you, and I'm so sorry, everybody, because I'm a man of principle, as you all know, and this is quite embarrassing for me. But as Jarvis knows, I've been trying to deal with this for 10 minutes, and I haven't got anywhere. So
it's okay, Stu. It's okay. I know it's family first always. It's like it is. Everybody knows how it is. But you know, I will try to manage to hold the fort by myself. But I'm not alone. I'm with you guys, so I think I will be fine. So don't stress about it, Stu.
I'm sorry again, Mr. Tacticos. You are in better hands with Jarvis than you are with me. Anyway, I'm truly, truly sorry. Because I wouldn't let anybody down. That's not what I'm about. So I'll even text Nuruddin, see if he can help out.
Yeah. That's okay. Let's just hope somebody drops by, and
somebody can help Jarvis, please, because he deserves it. But I'm so sorry, guys. But I must go. He's stuck in the woods somewhere. He's at it again. He's stuck in the woods. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll see you 100% tomorrow. Jarvis,
see you tomorrow night. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Ta-da. Sorry. Okay, there you have it. This is how we do live shows. It's not always easy. So, you know, to be honest, it's Sunday night. We have a lot to talk about. These topics. So let's just leave it for an open mic night. And let's say if I share the link with you guys, we can do a call-in show, because it's been a while since we did a call-in. And if any of you want to come on, have a chat, tell me what's your latest on Man United, what's your thoughts, because, you know, tonight is more about options, you know, more about what's your take, because we don't know anything when it comes to Tchouaméni, Lewis Hall, Xerxes, Radovitek, Shay, Lacy, Danilo, all of this, you know, Matthijs de Ligt. So it's just how it is. So I will send you guys the link. So here's the link. If any of you want to come on, we can do a call in and just talk a little bit Man United. Let me just say hi to all of you who just tuned in. Let's say we have Tom Porter in the house coming in and say, hit the likes as you enter. Yes, guys, it's important. Hit the likes. And then Luman comes in and say, road to 3,000. Yes, we are on our road to 3,000. And basically, I think we are on 2,250 subs. So, you know, we need 750 more, and we'll be there. You know, it's 3,000. That will be a milestone for this channel. We have Bilal in the house saying yesterday the PRBS was surrounding Mount. This evening they're telling us Luke Shaw will be a big player for us this season. Yeah, 100%. And you know, this is one of the problems we always talked about. I see Jamie back in the green room. Big up, Jamie. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go on the show. Big up. Guys, say hello to Jamie. Oh, I have to do like this. Big up, Jamie. How are you doing, my friend?
Kick off or anything. I'm just gonna be like very, very respectful to your channel. All right.
That's okay. That's okay. You are welcome. You know, you have been with us for a long time,
I've been live on Nuruddin's channel a few times now, so I wanted to make my debut on here, innit?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad that you joined, and also see we have Bilal in the green room and MUFC debate. So we'll just try to keep it short, a couple of minutes, maybe 5. But you know,
we all want to keep you company, mate. You're a lone wolf. You're a lone wolf right now, innit? Glad I could help.
Yeah, I am. I'm just gonna say hi to the people in the chat, Jamie, and Okay. We have Das, we have Bilal in the house, Irish Pit Terrier, big up. We have Blank, big up Blank, saw you in the Said chat. We have Johnny Kermode, big up Johnny. If you want to come on, just let me know. We have Ramo, big up Ramos, saying Madrid haven't announced the contract extension. It's not a coincidence, to be honest. Yes, and I think that's a good segue. Jamie, what's your initial thoughts? You saw the latest animated report, and what's the latest on Tchouaméni? For you guys who haven't seen it, he said that Real Madrid gave Manchester United target Tchouaméni a 3-year contract extension and improved wages to in part because they didn't think Rodri was available, and now suddenly Rodri is on the table, and Real Madrid is kind of in the middle of a squeeze. Do they go for Rodri? What do they do with Tchouaméni? And, you know, where do we stand? What's your take, Jamie?
Well, personally, I think Madrid will sign Rodri. I think they will. I think they will sign. And if we really want Tchouaméni, we need to make a move now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Does Mourinho see him as a player that he wants to keep if Rodri's going there? I mean, Rodri's kind of an upgrade on Tchouaméni, to be honest.
He obviously, but I mean, as a ball player,
I was fantastic in the World Cup.
He was. I agree, but again, you know, when I'm looking at this Jose Mourinho type of football, I would say Tchouaméni is a better fit for Jose Mourinho than Rodri. That's just my take.
Monday.
Yeah, obviously.
Signing, man. I wanted him at United, you know, but you know it is what it is, isn't it? Can't have everybody.
No. But do you think it's realistic of us now starting to believe in the Tchouaméni rumors again? Because we know Real Madrid and their players, they are, you know, playing everybody just to get the pay rise and all of this. But, you know, the thing right now is he got his pay rise. So why would he play it right now? It doesn't make sense.
I'm going to be honest. I don't see it happening, but I would love him at United because he's been one of my favourite players for years. I love watching the guy play, man. He's just a commanding midfielder.
He's a massive. He's a machine, and he's not just a destroyer. He has all the destroyer abilities, but he's also a ball player. So you get the best of the two worlds. That's the thing.
He's a fantastic midfielder. I'd love him at United. I really would. United. But I don't see it unless they prove me wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, but again, now he signed a new 3-year contract. They gave him a little bump, you know, when it comes to his wages.
That's all. It is me. I've just had a haircut. Don't worry. It is me. It's not an imposter. It's me.
Big up, Jamie. Yeah, but what price do you think we are looking at? Because we heard rumors about 70 million euros, 80 million euros, but now he signed a new contract. Are we looking at maybe 100 million euros or?
I don't know, you know. What it matters how much they put a price tag on him, innit?
Yeah.
I think everyone's just guessing valuations at the moment. I don't even know how much they'd let him go for, to be honest.
No, well, the rumors, you know, from the big ones was 70 million, 80 million euros. So again, you know, let's say the price is a price rise now because of the contract. Maybe we are looking at 80 million pounds, 90 million pounds, something.
I think you're right there. I think it might be 90 million. I can't see him wanting 100 million for him.
Yeah.
Has he only got a year left on his contract or something?
No, he signed a new contract. It's a 3-year deal. So yeah.
He had a year left on his contract before he signed a new one. And this is what I mean, innit? We should have got in there before he signed that new contract. It's going to be difficult now to pry him away.
Yeah, but again, I think Tchouaméni, you know, he stated, he came out and said he will stay at Real Madrid if they want him.
I agree with it. I think we should go for Shay Emery. I think he's a brilliant player.
Obviously, he's fantastic. He's fantastic. But again, you know, if Rodri's, because I heard some rumors, you know, from a French outlet, the PSG outlet. I can't remember his name right now, but he's very reliable when it comes to PSG. And some reports from him yesterday said that PSG are in also for Rodri. So they are looking at a bidding war. So again, you know, I think either way, if Real Madrid goes in for him, Tchouaméni will be available. If PSG goes in for him, Shay Emery will be available. So I think we're looking at those two targets as tier 1 signings. And if the Rodri deal doesn't happen, I think we fall back on Sander Berge.
Who would you want out of both the two you just mentioned? Who would you want out of Shay Emery and Tchouaméni? If they were both possible, who would you want?
To be honest, Tchouaméni for me, because of his aerial abilities. Shay Emery is not big enough. He's 5'7", 5'8", something. You know, he's not a tall guy. And we know with Tielemans and Mainu, we need more aerial strength just to complete the midfield. So Tchouaméni for me, 100%.
Tchouaméni, the Champions League experience, though, is the one that does it for me as well.
Yeah, but Shay Emery's won it twice, so again, you know.
But Tchouaméni's won it twice as well, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah.
So they're both equal on honors, both of them.
They are. I agree. Jamie, do you have anything else you want to talk about? Because we have two guys waiting back in the green room while you're here.
Yeah, I'll go in a bit. I just wanted to say a few things in it, you know, introduce myself to the whole chat and stuff like that, you know, because they see me complaining in the chat constantly, and they probably think I'm this angry arsehole, but not. I'm a proper nice guy in real life. I'm not this angry arsehole in real life. I'm a proper
100%.
nice guy in real life. What you see in the chat is not what you see in real life. I'm different in real life. I'm not a horrible person or anything.
No, you're not. No, and I know, you know, we have known each other for a long time, Jamie. You know,
I've been on video calls with Mick on Telegram and stuff. He knows.
Yeah.
How it is like and everything off YouTube and that.
The problem with you know, social media just being like a anonymous name and
telling me that. I stand corrected. I thought he won more than one. You're right.
Yeah. Piparelli says you're not angry, you're just passionate, like Nuruddin.
Dude, that guy knows me. He knows me very well. Respect.
Yeah.
He knows I'm very passionate about the club. They all.
So you think, where do you think we land on this midfield, the third midfielder?
I don't know, you know what, to be honest, I'm worried about next season, but I'm trying to, you know, stay as calm as possible, but this window is really depressing me.
Well, I'm a little bit, I'm on the fence, you know, when it comes to this window. I won't sit here and complain because I'm not quite entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure, Jamie, if we actually have done a bad window or a good window. It depends on Santos. It depends on Tielemans.
Yeah,
you know.
I like Tielemans, by the way. People, I've not said that in the chat, but I actually like Tielemans. I wanted him years ago before he came to before he went to Aston Villa. I wanted him when he was on a free from Leicester.
Yeah. Me too. I wanted him, when he came from Monaco to. He first went on a loan, and then, you know, they picked him up on a free transfer, I believe, Leicester, when they bought him from Monaco, and he was more of a number 10 back then, you know, and he played half a season for Leicester and did quite well. And I hope that Man United would just swoop in and steal that signing at the time. But he's a good player. He's a good player.
Anyway, Jarvis, I'm going to get off anyway, so someone else can get on. Yeah, take care, mate. I'll enjoy.
Big up. Thank you for coming on.
Back in the chat, yeah, in a bit. See you later.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let's we have MUFC debate. Bilal, if that's okay for you, I'll bring him in first. And guys, let's say hello to what's your
Ray
name again?
100.
Gray, that's your name. Big up, Gray.
Yeah,
Big up,
Gray
big up,
100
Gray.
from MUFC debate. I can't see
Yeah.
you because I've got Viparelli's comment on the screen. So now I can see you.
Okay.
Jarvis Tactical MUFC debate. Yeah, I can't even see you. The banners are sort of across my face. But yeah, go on, man. I'm here. How you doing, Jarvis? Nice to speak to you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you came on the channel. Yeah, I've seen you started your own channel lately, and you're putting out videos every day. And how is it going? How is it to be a YouTuber?
Yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. I have done videos before on YouTube, but just pissing about doing my own stuff. Not touched it for a few years, but I've got into the football side of things. Why not is my sort of agile beast. Hello. Why not get involved? I've got something to offer. I'm not very big on transfers. I don't. You'll have probably noticed looking at my channel. I sort of go in for, medical booked or price agreed, things like that. And that's when I'll jump. And otherwise, I just sit back and I monitor. I see a lot of people like your boy's just left there. Seems a really nice lad, by the way. I don't let it get to me. I just think it's a waste of time because I can't do anything about it. And to be honest with you, the way I look at it, I think it's been a fantastic window, but only in the sense that the board seem to be playing their cards very, very close to the chest. Nothing's come out. Nobody knew about Tillemans. Nobody knew about Santos. It was just medical book, boom, next day, and I like that. So I would say Tchouaméni, no, not going to happen. Like you say, Jarvis, he's just signed a new contract. He's on mega bucks, sort of money we're not really going to want to pay. He's not going to take a wage reduction when he's literally.
What are we looking at now with Tchouaméni, do you reckon?
I just don't see it happening, mate. I don't see it happening.
But are we looking at like 350 or 300?
Well, what's he on there? 4, I've heard.
Yeah, it will break our wage structure if we bring in someone like him for 400. So I think that's out of the question. I think we are not at that stage yet. So how I see it, I feel it's kind of unrealistic right now. But you never know when it comes to the player. He said he wants to stay at Real Madrid if they want him. So I don't think it's just after the money. I think he have ambitions. He's still young. We saw him with the French team in this World Cup. So again, I think he just want to be at a club where he feels loved and where he can express himself and be a good player. So again, I don't think salary is the be all and end all for a player like Tchouaméni.
No, absolutely, I agree. All right, play for Real Madrid on be part of the squad at Real Madrid on nearly 400 or whatever he's on a week, but not play and sit on the bench, or maybe come to United and play every game virtually that he's fit enough to play in on 300. Like you say, money might not be the be all and end all, especially when you're talking them sort of figures, when one club's going to sit you on the bench and you'll be lucky to get a game, and the other club's going to say, well, you're playing every game. So I can see in that respect how he could come. But when you put the full picture together, I just think, with everything included in this, I just can't see it happening.
No.
I'm going to upset a lot of people here and say I still think Baleba is. They've just kept the cards close to the chest, haven't they? So you don't know what they're doing, what they're thinking.
No, but the reason it's a difficult one. But apparently, according, I just googled it. Tchouaméni is on 240,000 a week. So
no,
euros.
Right, okay.
So again, I don't. But apparently there are bonuses in there. So I don't know what's his total salary. But I think Real Madrid, they always have like a winning bonus and a Champions League bonus and play 20 games, you have a bonus. So again, you know, I think we're looking at 300 when we yeah. But you know, I don't think 300 would be impossible, because we know we have Casemiro's wages off the books.
Yeah.
So
and if we get rid of Rashford as well, on loan even, and just pay a little bit of his wages, because I can't see anyone taking Rashford on loan and paying all of them. Rashford could stay. It's possible. But yeah, there's probably money there to pay. I just think, I don't know.
I think we have the money. For me, I think, are we willing to go there? Are we willing to like splash the cash and go for the big name signing? Because we know Man United, we have changed our strategy now under, especially when it comes to the guy who came from the Formula One Mercedes, Sansoni.
Yeah,
it's all about the data analytics and trying to find the bargains, you know, the value in the market. And you know, this is our strategy right now. And I think we are trying to turn the books over to the green side, not the red side. And you know, we have been struggling for years with high wages, high transfer.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, it breaks a little bit of that picture. So you know, they said we were going to do an overhaul on the midfield, but they never said that we were going to bring in big name players.
They
never said so.
The main thing for me that says he's not the man for us, he's not who we're really looking at, is the fact that the press are all over it. And like I said before, the press have known nothing about our business until it's virtually done. So the fact that name or any name is being chucked about to me by the press says probably not happening, because where would that leak have come from?
Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. And we know his agent Mendes is not a reliable guy when it comes to transfers, and he always put things out there just to get the best for his clients. So again, I don't know. It's a strange one, this Tchouaméni thing. But who would you like to sign if you were the man in charge? If you were the CEO on the current budget?
You know, I'll be honest with you, and like I said before, probably upset a lot of people. I like Baleba. I know he's had a terrible season, but I think there could be something behind that. The drop-off has been so drastic. I just think, and I don't think, he's psychologically weak either. I think it's a case of he's young, his heart's at United, he's allegedly a United fan, and he was priced out of a move, and he's completely seen his arse over it. And it's like he's virtually on strike when he does play. He's just like his heart's not in it at all. And I have a feeling that if you put him in a red shirt at Old Trafford, surrounded by our lads, I think you'd see Baleba from the previous season. A lot of people have argued with me over it. I don't really get into arguments. I sort of, well, if that's your opinion, fine, end of conversation. But that, to me, that's the boy I'd be looking at, I think. And I think Sander Berge's a close second to him. Other than going abroad, I mean, I'm not convinced that going abroad is the answer. I'm not saying it's not. But in my opinion,
we have the Monaco link, you know, that's always out there as an option. Yeah,
of course, and that's not a bad link either. But again, depending on who you speak to, no, we don't want him, you know. So everyone has an opinion, I guess. There's an old saying, I won't use it, but everyone's got one. So but anyway, my battery's quite low. I've only just noticed it's popped into the red. But before I go, Jarvis, I'd just like to say it'd be nice to have a bit of a collab on my channel, maybe, or maybe if I come back on here and, you know, whether it be transfer window.
Obviously, you know, we have a long season ahead, a lot of games, you know, Champions League, League Cups, FA Cup. And for me, you know, I've been talking to Stu actually about this. You know, we are looking at people. We want to have more regulars coming on at a regular basis. You know, and we will next season probably do like 5 shows a week, and you know that's a stretch for both Stu and I. So we need someone else to come in and contribute. So yes, we can look at that. That will be excellent, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's, I suppose. I don't think I've got anything else to say.
No, we only discussed the midfield option. But quick before you go, what's your you know, I'm a big advocate for Sander Berge on this channel, and you know, being a Norwegian, I really rate him. But what's your thoughts on the Fulham midfielder?
Yeah, I do like Sander Berge, and I think if you said Sander Berge was heads and Baleba was tails and threw a coin up in the air, I'd be quite happy whichever way it landed, I'll be honest with you. I think very, very, very slightly I prefer Baleba, but only like it's minuscule, the difference. So yeah.
Well, what you're saying, actually, you wouldn't be unhappy with any of them coming in.
No, I wouldn't be. No. And I think they'd make a massive difference to us anyway. But I know better than what we got isn't necessarily the answer and what people are looking for. They want quality. But I think they both are quality. And I think in the right setup, they could really shine. So who knows? Yeah. I might be wrong. I might be right.
Well, for first time in a long time, I actually trust Man United scouts and the department, as I said, the Sansoni and how they actually bring in players. I think they do a thorough data analytics on them. So I think they won't splash the cash on players they're not certain will be a success at Man United. So for once, you know, I'm not that concerned. You know, I hope we bring in Sander Berge. If we bring in Tchouaméni, I would be super happy. If we go with some Midkone, okay. If they feel that he's the right guy, I'm on board.
It's not going to come cheap.
No, I think, but the price is the thing, you know, when it comes to Baleba and Brighton, they are a hard bargain. We know what's the name of the CEO of Brighton?
I don't know.
He's notorious. It's a hard bargain when it comes to sales.
Absolutely.
So we will see. We will see.
I don't think spending a lot of money is the answer, but on the same hand, I like Baleba, and he's going to cost a lot of money. So we've done it so many times, as you well know, spent a fortune on players, and they've absolutely crashed and burned. So. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. We'll take it as it comes, and whoever's in a red shirt at the end of the day, at the start of the season, then they get my backing.
Yeah. I feel the same at the moment, but I fear, let's say, if we sign Sander Berge, we will have a Twitter meltdown from the fan base, and you know, shouting and screaming and having tantrums because they want Baleba or they want Tchouaméni or they want Manu Kone. So we know how it works. But you're an older head like me, so I think you will take it with a little bit of leveled, a little bit more leveled.
Of course, take it as it comes. See what happens.
Yeah, we will see. But by the way, are you a season ticket holder? I understand you live in the Manchester area.
No, I'm just outside of Manchester. But no, I'm not. I'm not a season ticket holder. So I'm an armchair supporter this season. I might get to the odd game, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It'd all be a meet Stu. I'd go meet Stu Volps. Definitely. Okay. We'll go and have a beer.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, Gray, for coming on, and then you know, we keep in touch, and whenever you know, you have my X account, so you could just send me a message whenever you like. So just let me know. Let me know. So, okay, cool.
All right. Okay. Thanks very much, Jarvis. Have a good night, and see you, everybody.
See you. Thank you, everybody, and that was great. What a guy, great guy coming on. And Bilal, are you ready? And I will bring you in. And by the way, guys, since you had to cancel last minute because of some family emergency, by the way, we are making this show a call-in. So the link is in the chat. If you want to come on, feel free. You don't have to show your face, but you know, you have to speak sense when you come on. You don't have to be on long, 3 to 5 minutes, and just have a Man United chit chats. Before we bring in Bilal, I don't know if you're ready, Bilal, but if you are, let me. Oh, you just sent. Okay, he's ready. So I just want to say hi to the people in the chat. I see a lot of legends just tuned in. We have Neil Driscoll in the house. We have Barbaro Helm coming in. Big up, big up. Good to see you. King Carrick comes in with a question. Is there any chance of us hijacking Chinny Jr. deal? Chinny Jr.? Who's... Oh, you're talking about Winnie. Winnie, no, God, no. Let's hope we're not going down that pathway. I don't want Winnie Jr. at my club, to be honest. I don't think he's a fantastic footballer, but not for me. Not for me. Let's bring in Bilal. Oh, let's do it like this.
Big up.
Big up, Bilal. How you doing, my friend?
I'm not bad. How are you, Jarvis?
I'm good. Big up to the chat. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you had the time to call in. Let's talk a little bit about the topics, because we heard now the Tchouaméni thing, the Andy Mitten report saying he just made a 3-year extension on his contract. He earns a little bit more money right now, and he will be more expensive if we are going for Tchouaméni. So that's basically all we know. And we heard the rumors about Rodri. And what's your initial take? Do you think it's something in this Tchouaméni rumors, or is it just media PR guff? Are we being played again?
I think we are being played. Tchouaméni strikes me as a player that Jose would like to play for him. That I think Rodri is a Real Madrid signing. It's not a Jose signing. I think it's the board and the fans that want him, especially Perez. So I think Tchouaméni is going to stay, because he just strikes me as a player Jose would like.
Yeah. Well, I agree. But he's Spanish and playing for the royalties in Real in Madrid. In Madrid, it's always like the biggest club for most Spanish players. But we have waffled enough about this midfielder. So I wanna talk a little bit with you, Bilal, on Lewis Hall, because the report that came out. Bear with me 2 seconds. I will just bring it up on screen. The Andy Mitten report. Where is it? It's here. Yeah. So guys. This came out. Andy Mitten said that Man United wants another midfielder and to strengthen the left-hand side, especially at left back. And Lewis Hall is a target. And United wouldn't target players if they didn't want to move to Old Trafford. So again, I think he's hinting that but actually they have had conversations with Lewis Hall and he wants to come to the club. I think the biggest obstacle now is the price. How much do you think Newcastle would want for Lewis Hall? And is it a deal that can be done with Newcastle at the moment? Because it's like a sinking ship and everybody's leaving right now. And Newcastle, we heard rumors even today with Voldemade starting to leave. And we all know Bruno Guimaraes also is heavily linked to Arsenal. So there's no players left at this Newcastle team. So is it possible for us to strike a deal with Lewis Hall and Newcastle?
I think we could get Lewis Hall, but first I'd like us to address the midfield issue. I'd like a third midfielder first before we look elsewhere. But yeah, I would take Lewis Hall, and I think we could get him. It would cost between 65 to 70 million, in my opinion. That's how much we should go for. But yeah, first I'd like to address the midfield situation.
Yeah. So who would you prefer us to bring in? Are you in the corner of Tchouaméni or Sander Berge or Manu Kone or Baleba?
My two picks would be either Baleba or Zaire Emery. I think Baleba is still a good player. He had a bad season last season, but I think he'll come good again, and he would complement the other midfielders we have. And I think Zaire Emery is a good player. Like, saw a stat. He tends to win a lot of duels, and his passing's decent. So I take him. But first, I try for Baleba. I really have belief that he'll come good again.
Okay. Well, personally, I'm not a big fan of Baleba because I think you are playing the casino. The casino of football, and if you sign players on a decline, I think you are taking a big risk. It's better to sign players who are on the rise. Because if you're signing Baleba right now, you're betting on him coming back and being better than last season. And for me, I think, yeah, it could happen, but you could also easily happen that he have another bad season, and then he's a total write-off. Who comes back after 2 bad seasons? So again, I feel like the risk of signing Baleba right now is too big. And the reward is not big enough for us to go in for him because of the season he had. Another thing is my way of playing football and what I saw against Rosenborg and how Carrick now plays the new Man United way. I think we are going into a more expansive, more controlling type of football. And I'm not even sure if Baleba is the right profile to do that. Is he good enough on the ball? Is his passing good enough, especially when it comes to medium to long range passing? I think he falls a little bit behind. I think he's more of a type of destroyer, a guy who wins the ball, and he reads the game quite well when he wins the ball and then carries it into dangerous areas. But for me, that would have been perfect under Amorim. But again, I don't think it's the perfect player for Carrick.
Yeah, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you watch the last friendly game
against Rosenborg? Yes.
What did you think of Andrés Santos's performance?
He's very solid. He's very good. He impresses me. He's very precise in everything he does and surgical at times. So I'm not worried about Santos. I think he will be a good signing for us. But when it comes to players, I will give him more than just one friendly to judge him. I'll just give him time, and we will know what type of player he is in time. But right now, what I'm seeing so far, I think he looks very good, and I like his athleticism. The way he moves, he looks very balanced, and he looks in control whatever he do on the pitch. And for me, I think that's very good, and I think him and Kobe Mainu actually could be a good midfield pairing, even though they are quite similar. I think also that could be a strength, having two those type of players, good on the ball, very athletic, strong, and
I'm looking forward to seeing that partnership. So yeah, I think he's been decent. Like defensively, looked very good. I feel.
Yeah. By the way, I see we have Neil. Is it Neil Driscoll back in the green room? So Neil, if you just give us a couple of minutes, I will bring you on. But I see you there, and guys, if any of you wanna call in, wanna be a part of the Tactical Devils, we are just doing a call in tonight because Stu couldn't be with us because he had some family emergency, so he had to go pick up his. One of his sons. So yeah, the link is here. You don't have to show your face, but you have to speak about Man United. So feel free to jump on. No pressure. And it's just a friendly Man United environment. Yes. Big up Tyrone. If you want to call in, the link is in the chat. So yeah. So, but again, I want to talk a little bit about Lewis Hall. What's your thoughts on Lewis Hall now with the latest reports from Andy Mickey?
I think we got a question. Stu started a question for us, folks.
Okay. Let's do the big up Bobs coming in with a question saying, Jarvis, Bilal, Do you think we could sign someone that no one has mentioned yet, like the Tielemans deal?
Oh, it's a big possibility. Like you've had it with Andre Santos and Tielemans, to be fair. We didn't even hear about those rumours until the day before it happened. And I don't think we heard anything about Tielemans until the day. So yeah, there's every possibility we could be negotiating with someone.
Yeah. So again, yeah, I would say it's a bigger chance that this happens than us going for the ones we know about right now, because what we've seen so far is the complete opposite. And I don't know if Man United are using the IT case right now just to put him on a wild goose chase and then give themselves some time to work on the deals in secret. So if that's our strategy, I'm actually quite happy with that.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So well, I didn't get your take on Lewis Hall. Do you rate him? Do you think he's the best left back?
I think he's a quality player. He's a lot. He fitted the Luke Shaw, I feel like. And how old is he? Like 22. Like if he does join us, we'll have a lot. He could be a fullback for us for a long time. But yeah, we need a left back, and he's the perfect player. I feel like, but I'd prefer us to sign a midfielder first.
Yeah, but I think we are at the stage right now. If we don't find the right profile at our valuation, I don't think I think we could easily go into the season without signing a third midfielder. Although the rumors have said we will sign a third midfielder, but we do have youngsters. We know we have Thwaites, we have the Fletcher twins, we have a lot of good things, and we even have Mason Mount could be the backup. But for that to happen, Santos and Tielemans needs to come in guns blazing and actually functioning from the very get-go.
There's been a lot of PR nonsense around Mason Mount over the last few days, saying that he's going to be an important player for us next season, which is very laughable to me.
If he can stay injury-free, then I don't trust Mason Mount. I think he's a calamity.
He's been here for 3 years, and he's never been injury-free.
Have he played more than 3 games in a row? I don't think so.
It doesn't feel like it.
No. You know, he's a question mark for me. I don't know his abilities. He's been with us for 3 years. He hardly played.
Yeah. And I saw something that was a bit concerning the other day. Like some journalist said that we might not sign a third midfielder. And that's got me quite concerned for next season.
Yeah. I see Ryan trying to connect in the background.
Oh, nice one.
Ryan, I see it says your device is not connected. So check your connection, check your camera, check your mic, that everything is fine, because I can't bring you in if you're not if they're not connected. So but you are free to come on, and then for the rest of you guys, the link is in the chat. So if you wanna jump on for 5 minutes and say hello,
please jump on, guys. Have your say,
free.
just like
feel
me.
Free. And by the way, do as Danny B, Irish Pit Terrier, tells you, likes are appreciated, people. So guys, smash the like. Neil, I think it's time to bring on Neil Driscoll. Yeah. He's a legend from the chat. So thank you, Bilal, for coming on, and
thanks,
I hope you will come on the next time. So yeah, thank you.
I will do. Thanks, chat. See you.
Have a good one. Bye. Okay, guys, that was Bilal. Thank you, Bilal, for coming on. Let's bring in Neil.
Hi, Jarvis.
Big up, Neil. How you doing, my friend?
You. No sound.
You can't hear me?
No sound.
No sound? Okay. Try reconnect and
I can't hear you. No sound.
Neil, if you hear me now, try to reconnect and come in again. Just jump out and jump in again. I'll put it in the private. This is always like we're doing this live, so guys, just bear with me. Neil, jump on and jump off and on again. Okay, Neil, try to jump off and on again, and you will probably be fine. You know, I don't know why you couldn't hear me, but it's always yeah. Neil, try to reconnect. Ryan, if you're ready, just let's try Ryan. Big up, Ryan. How
How's
are you
it,
doing,
guys?
friend?
I'm good,
Big up,
man.
Big up. Big up.
Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted
Welcome.
to touch on something with you, and
Mhm.
people don't realize that, you know, the Bundesliga, there's so many talented players, and yet we go after players that literally only shine in certain you know, spaces and time within the season, and we look at those players and we go after them. I mean, you look at Baleba, Tchouaméni, you look at Kone. These players haven't been you know, outstanding performing players in my eyes. If you look at Man United, we always go after a player that has attitude, that has appeal, and
Okay, yeah.
we haven't done that in how long? Only person that I feel we've brought in who's got a bit of character and a bit of guts about him is Martinez. And besides that, you know, nobody else is really prepared to get into a fight or prepared to take somebody on. And I just feel that we're lacking that. We're lacking that grit, that bite.
Okay.
And,
So who do you propose we go for then? Because I kind of agree. I know I agree with what you're saying. Martinez is kind of the only one who comes in with a real bite.
Yeah.
And we have Bruno obviously, and besides him,
No, but
not many
Bruno,
leaders.
Yeah, we have leaders. We have leadership, but there's nobody with balls. If you're gonna go and win a title, back to back, we had Roy Keane, we had Nicky Butt, we had Paul Scholes, we had Gary Neville, we had Vidic, we had
madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had guys that literally would pick you up and say, "Hey, listen, we need to go and win this game." We don't have that now. We rely on Bruno Fernandes. We rely on individual magic. We don't rely on someone that's going to literally raise the temperature on our players. We don't have that.
And by the way, there were a question from the chat asking who is Ryan from the chat. So
I'm from South Africa. I'm from Durban, South Africa.
Nice. South Africa. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. You know, doing
and
this
I always
YouTube
watch,
thing,
always watch you guys.
Thank you.
You were right
Ryan.
you were right about Lemons coming in.
Yeah,
we had a chat about that. I posted comments about that. Absolutely brilliant. You guys were ahead of the game when it came to that transfer.
Sometimes we strike luck, but not always. But you know, I feel right now I'm on the hill of Sander Berge. So you know,
I don't see that transfer
if we
helping
sign
us
him
at all.
and it doesn't work out, you know, I think people will start hating on me. So I don't know.
No, well,
I don't know.
The way I see it, I look at that player. I mean, if you look at who he's played for, and you look at his age, and you look at his ceiling. When I mean his ceiling, his potential, what is he going to bring to the club? I feel we're missing out on the Boadi. If we don't go drop 100 million on Boadi, I'll be very disappointed. Him or Waterberger from the Bundesliga. You need a person with attitude, and we don't have that. Kone could be that player.
Do you reckon Boadi has that type of attitude we could need?
He might be young, but you can see the arrogance. You can see the you know,
self-belief. Yeah,
the self-belief. You can
confidence.
see it. Yeah, you can see it. I don't see it in Man United's midfield at the moment. I don't see it with Santos, and I don't. You're watching Tielemans. I don't. For me, everyone says what a great signing that is because of the price and the age and the profile of the player. I actually disagree. I actually think we're buying a player that's going out of his prime. 28, 29. You know, you're heading towards the 30s. You're going out of your prime. We might get maybe 1 or 2 good seasons out of him, but do you really want to pay £20 million a season? If you work it out,
I get what you're saying, but my problem with signing, players of a certain age is I always look, when did they break through? How many games have they played at top level?
True,
And
true.
this worries me a little bit when it comes to Tielemans. He's like a used car with a lot of mileage. He's a good car.
Yep.
He's like a Mercedes 500 SL. But again, his mileage is like 400,000 kilometers on him. He started playing as a 16-year-old, Champions League for Club Brugge, and he's been around for so many years. And for me, it's a little bit of a worrying sign because we all remembered Wayne Rooney, and he broke through really early. But when he was 28, he looked like he was 35. His legs was gone. So again, my problem with Tielemans is we gave him a 5-year contract, and I think that's at least 1 year too much, and maybe 2 years.
Everyone's applauding INEOS, and I'm looking at the last year's transfer strategy was fine. They did well there, but this year I'm looking at it. I'm thinking to myself, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? For the love of God, what are you doing? You've already lost out on Elliot Anderson, which was most probably the best signing for me this season by far.
But it was impossible. He didn't want to come. We don't want that. We don't want to sign players who don't want to be here.
I agree with you.
We've been doing this for so many years. Yeah. But
if you think about it, we are Manchester United. If we want a player, we go and get the player. If a guy like that is going for £150 million, you pay the £150 million. You don't let him go to your rival. It's the same thing happened when we went after Van Persie. We made certain we got Van Persie. We put more money down than what they put down. And he went and gave us another Premier League title. Now we're sitting without Elliot Anderson, and we're sitting with option D, E, F, G, H. You can't win titles like that.
I know, but I don't think we are at the stage where we are actually talking about. I know. Badala came out. You talked about the Project 2028 and all of this, but again, I don't think we are at the stage where you can win titles. Not even next season, and the season after. I think it takes time to build like a look at Arsenal. Look at Arsenal. How long? Okay, you come up to a decent level, you can be a title contender. But it takes it's a long step from being a title contender to actually win the league. It's so difficult. And
for sure.
For me,
sure.
So again, I think we are building the foundation right now.
Yeah.
But we got to be patient and just let the process go through.
But for me, you can't be signing 28-year-old players and expecting to do something with them and build a project on that. Berge is not good enough. Tielemans is not good enough. Santos might be good enough maybe in a season or two's time. Mainu might be good enough in a season or two's time. But then what do you have after that? You understanding what I'm saying? Or what's your squad after that? Who's going to come in if Mainu gets injured again?
But again, what I'm trying to say now, right? Let's say we sign Tielemans and Berge. Then we have 2 older guys experienced, and then we have 2 young guys in Santos and Mainu. Both of them are early 20s. And again, we come in, we play with them for a couple of years, and we build their confidence, their experience, and then we remove both Berge and Tielemans and move in other players, at a higher level just to reach that last step. So again, I think if we think sensible about this, as I said, building the foundation and doing it step by step, we can't build the roof before we build the
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But I mean, I'm looking at Berge and I'm thinking to myself, is he a top 5 club player? He's not.
I reckon he is. I reckon he is. But that's a matter of opinion.
I'm on the borderline. I'm looking at the guy's pedigree. I'm looking at where he's played. I'm looking at his stats. I'm looking at what he brings to a game. Yeah, he's a very physical player, but is he going to walk into the dressing room and demand from the other players around him? To me, it just doesn't look like a character. It doesn't look that type of guy that has that attitude and finesse about him that's going to change the.
I don't think he will revolutionize the Man United midfield. I think he will come in as a piece and just be like a steady Eddie, a guy who just complements the other players and make them better.
I mean, the way INEOS was talking, they were talking about how they were going to bring in the next Casemiro, and they haven't done that. They've literally fallen wayside, and they're so worried about spending money. You literally earn how much money off this club, and they aren't spending the money when they should be spending the money. How can you get a new manager in and not back the manager? I understand that teams are spending between 80 to 120 million pounds per player. But if you want to play in Champions League and you want to be in the top 5 and you want to remain in the top 5, unfortunately, you can't buck the trend unless you. Alex Ferguson did the best. He played Moneyball. This market, I don't think that's possible. If you understand what I'm saying.
And I Ryan, I have to say I really agree with your first take, coming in with the right attitude, having the players around the squad, who are willing to come in and die for the shirt and
die for the badge.
We had those type of players under Fergie, as you said. We had underrated players. Let me bring in one name, for example, Henning Berge. Norwegian guy.
Henning Berge was unbelievable.
In the treble winning season, he was always the number 3 or number 4 option when it came to centre backs.
I mean, do you remember that time when he broke his nose? He broke his nose and he carried on playing.
Inter in the Champions League, that quarter final in the treble winning season, I think. He was outstanding, and you have to have those type of players who can come in and play their role when needed. And I think this is what I'm talking about, building that foundation with players who are willing to come in and die for the shirt. So 100% agree when it comes to this. Yeah,
I agree with you. And we need players that are prepared to, like, I mean, if you look at, remember when Vidic got headbutted and he split his forehead open. He told the guy to put a plaster and bandage his head, and he carried on. And we ended up winning the match because Vidic came in and set up, if I remember correctly, I think it was Solskjaer.
Yeah.
And we won the match. That's the type of play you want on the field. Somebody that's going to be like, you know what, you can hit me, I might go down, but I'm getting back up, and I'm going to bring it. And that there transfers to all the players around him. And unfortunately, we don't have that, brother. We don't have that. And I'm so scared.
Not yet.
I'm so scared. If Bruno Fernandes gets injured, I'm so scared what's going to actually happen to our club, because that grit isn't there. That they'll just capitulate. They'll fall to pieces because there's no. For me, I feel there's no direction, and I've said this for a long time. I've said this since. Okay, I wouldn't even put the blame on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It wasn't him. I put the blame on. Yeah, definitely. Just the lack of the right signings,
ambitions and backing. It was the biggest problem, and we signed the wrong players in for the wrong reasons. It was big names. We signed Sancho,
Harry
signed
Maguire.
Ronaldo.
As much as I love Harry Maguire, 85 odd million or 80 million pounds for that guy. I mean, in this day and age, in this market, he wouldn't even be 30. He's just tall, big, and strong. What else does he bring to the club?
You make a lot of good points. By the way, we have Tega in the green room. Nas is in the house. So guys, if you want to come in, just give me 1 more minute with Ryan, and we will bring in. I saw you, Neil, back in the green room. You left again. So if you want to come in, I bring you in first. So if you want to try again, we can. I
want to ask you a question. I want to ask your point of view on this. If we had gotten Haaland, would things have been different? Because Solskjaer wanted him.
Was it 2019 I started advocating for Haaland, and I wanted Man United to sign him back then. He played in the Norwegian Premier League coming in as a 17-year-old. I think he scored 4 goals in his first official game for Molde, the old club for Solskjaer. He came from Molde. Yep. So and then he went to, was it RB Salzburg or something in Austria? Right. And that's right. And back then when he chose his next club, he chose Borussia Dortmund. And I think we tried to go for him, but we made a big mistake. We tried to lure him with money and the fame of Man United and didn't present for him a footballing project. But his dad and all of this is smart. He knows how to build his own career, and he definitely understood that Man United wasn't the right arena for him to progress as a footballer. So again, I respect Haaland, being a Norwegian, and I think he would never come to Man United. We tried, we had Ole, and even Ole's old coach couldn't, convince him to come to Man United. And we see this a lot. We even saw it with Frankie de Jong and Ten Hag. We can't seem to attract the right type of players for the right reasons. We had, the old regime with the Glazers and Woodward and all of these clowns. So again, it was the timing of it all. But to answer your questions, we would have been better off if we had brought Haaland. Yeah, he's a machine. He would have scored
absolute machine,
20 to 30 goals.
Everything you want from a forward line player: physical, pace, awareness, able to pick up the space. Everything you want in a player. And honest to God, I hope Sesko becomes just half of that. Yeah. We could win a Premier League title if he just becomes half of that. But my only concern is everyone gives praise to Mbeumo. Out of the whole entire Man United side at the moment, I feel that is the biggest question mark for me. That player. I think he's too selfish. He doesn't cross the ball into the box. He works for the team, running back and all that. He works for the team in that sense. He does his defensive work. But when it comes to in and around the box, how often do you see him actually crossing the ball into Sesko?
Yeah,
not a lot. And then next to that,
concern. That's why we need a left back actually with a good crossing ability. I've been talking about Ryerson, but I think he's too old. But I want the right profile, and we have analyzed and broken down Lewis Hall a lot of times. And when it comes to chances created, I think he falls through. He's not good enough when it comes to this. So from my liking, I would like a profile, someone who
Lewis Hall actually played central midfield. He was a central midfield player, and then he moved across to left back. He's very similar to Lewis Miley. Lewis Miley, under 16, under 15, played as a right back and then moved into the central midfield. He's a very similar type of player. I don't know if he's good enough for Man United. I prefer the Fulham boy, the Robinson. I think he's got bags of pace. My only concern is the age.
He's 29, so again, he doesn't fit the mold of what INEOS want to do. First and second professional contract type of player. So. Yep. Yeah, I think that's a big issue. But when it comes to this, I have so big expectations to Harry Amos. And we all saw him now against Rosenborg. 1 goal, 1 assist, doing really well. So maybe...
I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
I see the player there.
He's bulked up definitely. A little bit too, yeah.
Yeah, I see the player there, and he's bulked up. I actually think he could be the long-term replacement for Luke Shaw. I might get shot for this, but I never rated Luke Shaw. I always thought he was a very average player. I never rated Diego Dalot. Mazwari is a huge upgrade. I don't know why he's not getting more game time. He might be a little bit injury prone, but I think he's a lot better than Diego Dalot. And we're talking about how we need a defensive midfield player. But if you look at Aiden Heaven, his whole entire youth career, he played as a defensive midfield player.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he been considered? I mean, he's physical, he's fast.
Are you talking about Masraoui now?
No, I'm talking about Aiden Heaven. His whole entire youth career, he played as a DM. Only recently he moved into central defense. So why hasn't he been looked at? I personally feel if he was trained, his ceiling is high. He's got potential. He's an aggressive player. Why can't he do the job? Biggest problem with our club is we always look outside our club before we look inside our club. We have to go back to Ferguson for Ferguson to bring through youth players and young players that have the talent. I think we have the talent already. I think Lenny Yoro could also play as a defensive midfield player. He's got the pace. He can pass. He can header. He's physical. But yeah, I mean, I just feel that if we don't make the choice soon, season's going to start and we're going to be in the same position again as if we were with David Moyes or with Solskjaer. A new manager comes in, and the manager's left high and dry without the weapons, without the tools.
It could easily happen. And I also think INEOS and the Glazers are willing to sacrifice Carrick if needed.
For sure. Carrick is
he's on borrowed time in a way.
Yeah, he's a yes man. Solskjaer was a yes man. David Moyes was a yes man. Only manager that has come in since after Ferguson who has said it how it is was Jose Mourinho. He came in and literally gave it to them, and after he gave it to them, they weren't happy with him. That they literally started leaking stuff and leaking player chats to upset the players, and eventually the players stopped playing for Jose Mourinho and they got rid of him because he told them how it is. They said, you aren't doing this, you aren't running this club correctly. They did the same thing Ruben Amorim with Ruben. Everybody can say what they like, but they brought him in knowing he plays a 3-5-2. Did they give him the plays for the 3-5-2? No, they didn't. We didn't have the plays for the 3-5-2.
I agree, Ryan. The backing was terrible at the time, but I have a lot of people waiting in the green room. I'm so glad that you joined, Ryan, coming in from South Africa. I'm so glad that to talk with you guys in the community. But I want to bring in. I saw Nas was next in line, but Neil was waiting before you and dropped out. So I will bring in Neil first.
Have a blessed evening, guys, and thank you so much. And hopefully, I'm right. They actually look at the Bundesliga because I think Walter Berger. He's the type of presence that you want. That guy would come in, my brother, and he would hurt people. I don't mind him getting a red card or two. Honestly, I wouldn't mind because
you like Stu.
As soon as you do that,
just look at how many red cards, yellow cards do they have? 2, 3.
You have to. You have to.
Nice.
Because you put the opposing team in their place. The next team that you play against go, okay, well, shit, he's back from a red card. And then they back off maybe 1 or 2 paces because they know that this guy doesn't mind putting the boots in, and that's exactly what we need.
Yeah,
not physical enough.
I think so. Thank you, Ryan.
Have a blessed evening
for coming on. Yeah, hopefully I see you on the next call-in show. So good talking to you, Brian.
Definitely,
and, Ryan.
I'll be on.
Okay. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers, man. Bye.
Cheers. Okay, so I have Neil coming in next, and I just want to say to the chat, please be nice to each other, and we are all human beings, and we don't like bullying. We don't have to be rude to each other. We are basically just humans. We're just trying to be footballing fans and have a civil debate. So please, guys, behave. It's time to bring in Neil. Hopefully, he can hear me this time. So
yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Big up.
Jarvis, would you take Ollie Watkins?
Because
we've been linked with him again, haven't we?
I know we have been linked to him. I would say it's either him or it's Mateta or it's Welbeck. Those are the 3 options
I would take
that are circulating.
I would take Ollie because I'm biased. He comes from my part of the world.
Yeah.
And he used to play for, before he went to Brentford, he used to play for my local team, which is half an hour away, and I used to go and watch him play. So you can tell he's too good for that league. He's always been a Premier League fan. So, yes. They reckon Lacy or Martinez is going to get a new contract, don't they?
I heard some rumors today about Martinez getting a new contract.
They reckon they're going to give him a 3-year deal. I would sell it. So for me, he needs to go because he'll miss more when he plays.
I don't know if you heard what Ryan, the guy who was on before you, said about player attitude, and you know, he said that we need more players with that type of attitude as Martinez have, because we don't have those type of players in our squad.
Yeah, but he misses more when he plays, doesn't he?
Yeah, obviously he's injury prone, so you can't be trusted. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, that's mine as well. So
yeah,
we need a centre back, I think, because you can't trust him. De Ligt's not going to play he's going to be out for a while. That means what? Harry and the two young boys, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we need another centre back, holding midfield player, a striker.
Yeah.
But will we get him? Probably not. Maybe out of that, maybe get maybe one, maybe two. Who would you? I know you like Sanderberg, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that. 50-50 with him. I haven't seen enough of him to say he's a good player or not good player. He is a good player, but I need to see more of him.
Well, you know, I've been trying to present him as best as I can for you guys, and saying, telling you about his strengths and weaknesses. But he's not the same type of player as Tchouaméni, for example. I think he will come in and be much more defensive, stable for us, and can do the dirty work if needed. Because I think when it comes to Tchouaméni, you get the best of two worlds. Sander Berge is like a jack of all trades when it comes to his abilities, but he's also like 6'5" and 210 pounds. You know, he's a big lad, so he will help the other players, you know, to become better.
Can you see too many coming? I can't, not really.
No, I can't see it. I don't believe it. You know, I would be very surprised if you go in.
Well, I always wanted to ask you, not being rude. Why Man United for you? Why?
Well, for me, you know, it's always been like this. When I was a kid, you know, my older sisters. I'm the youngest of three siblings, and my older sister, she had her husband at the time. You know, he was a Man United supporter by heart. So you know, he gave me, you know, Man United shirts when I was a kid and all of this. So you know, he made sure that I became a Man United supporter. And this was in the mid 80s. So, you know, I've been around for a while. So, yeah. Yeah, it's like this in Norway. You either support Liverpool or Man United. It's almost like 50-50.
Yeah, we got Atletico Madrid on Saturday, anyway. That's the next game. So the next three or four friendlies are not going to be easy games, are they?
Well, it's just friendlies. I call them televised training sessions.
I want to see Shay Lacy getting it. I love that boy. I reckon he's a brilliant little player.
Shay Lacy is he's fantastic. You know, I don't know if you heard me, Neil, when I said let's say 3 months ago that I want Shay Lacy to stay in this squad for this season because I believe it's good enough. I think he's ready from what I've seen, and you know, I think the game against Rosenborg also confirmed my beliefs that I think Shay Lacy is good enough, and I think he can come in and actually play a part of this team this year.
I was impressed with Hamas. He played well. The fullback, he had a good game as well.
Very good, yeah.
Yes, we have got some good young players, haven't we? Let's be honest. But are they ready for the first team?
What's your take on the youngsters? Do you think it's time? Do they have a pathway into the first team?
Well, they should, because you know they've always had youth team players, haven't they? If you look at, we scored 5 goals Saturday. 4 of them were for youth team players.
Yeah. And fullbacks bombing on, you know, and both of them bombing on. Yeah.
That Irish boy, he's Irish international schoolboy. So he's only a schoolboy. He scored the 3rd goal, was that? Delaney, he's an Irish schoolboy international. Yeah. So that we have got. I do like that bloke who played at the back. Who made two of the goals. He looks really good. The fullback. He crossed 2 of the goals, didn't it?
What's his name? Was it Williams? No.
No, he scored what? William scored. It begins with K. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Guys in the chat will know who it is. Just type
but
his name.
He looked good. We have got some good young players, must admit. Do you think Bruno will leave this year or not?
I know by the chats we have had through the years, Neil, that you're a big Bruno fan. So I think he will at least stay on for a couple of more seasons.
I think he'll stay one more.
At least one more. Least one more. But I think Bruno want to win a title with Man United, and I don't think we will win it next season. So I think he will stay two.
Yeah,
two more years.
I think it's going to be, what's the name, 2029, I think we'll be I think we're challenged next season.
Yeah. He might.
Challenge and win a trophy would be nice. We've been to Wembley for a long time. I support Man United for 3 reasons. First game I ever went, George Best, Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law. I went with my... rest in peace. Rest in peace. I went with my dad as 14. That was at Southampton's old ground, the Dell. United won 2-5. George Best scored a hat-trick. And Jarvis, I've never seen this, never in my life. They kicked him that much, right? He had to go off. And everybody all the way around the ground, even the Southampton fan, clapped him as he walked off the pitch.
Wow.
I've never seen that. Yeah, he made them look like prats. Because he was taking a mickey, put it through legs, come back and do it again. They just couldn't handle it.
Wow.
Only I didn't like that day is Dennis Law didn't play because he was out injured. So Brian Kidd played instead.
Neil, can I ask you a question? Who was the better striker of Dennis Law and Van Nistelrooy? Ruud. Who has the best?
I can't answer that because there's 2 different eras, isn't it? That's like saying who's the better player, George Best or Ronaldo?
Yeah, obviously, but I'm just talking about the poacher thing. The fox in the box, the guy who always scores the goals. Because I heard so many good things about Dennis Law in the States.
That game I went to, Dennis didn't play because he was out injured. If I had to pick one, I could have. Because for me, you can't not pair old players to now. If you know what I mean. You can't
it's difficult.
Really, it's different area, isn't it? Because I love both of them. If I had to pick one, I would say Dennis Law. I thought you had to pick one. See, everybody loves Cantona, but for me, he was all right in the Premier League. Big disappointing in Champions League. Didn't do nothing in Champions League, did he?
No, it's true.
If you look at it. Yeah, but we do. It is a worrying because I like the women's team, and now they're selling their best players as well.
Yeah, I saw that. We sold one of our best players to Chelsea, didn't we? Right now.
Yeah, she's French. Yeah. She's gone to there, and 2 of them have gone to Birmingham City, who've just come up from from the division below, who've just got promoted. So how many more gonna leave? All we've signed is so far the women's team, a player from Atletico, and Leicester City's goalie who just got relegated. So if we don't watch it, and Ella Toon's probably our best player. Her contract runs out soon. Well, she just got married, so this could be her last year at the club. So yeah, it is. Oh yeah, have you got any of the new shirts?
No, I haven't. I try not to give Glazers any of my money, to be honest.
I get mine from Thailand or China.
Yeah, I do the same. So, but I haven't ordered anyone yet.
I got all 3. I got
you do
one. The red one has got Bruno on the back. The blue one has got Cunha, and the white and blue one's got my name on the back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but they don't last though. Really, for what you pay for a shirt, it's never worth it, is it?
It's too much. But did you see the new third kit that was leaked today, the white one?
Oh yeah, that looks like last year's, doesn't it? A bit.
Yeah, this is a better look. This is how it is.
I got one like that from last year. I ain't gonna buy any more. You keep on buying them, couldn't you?
I'm not a big fan of the crests in the middle, you know, the center crest. You know, I'm not a big fan, but you know, I think it looks good. I have a better picture here with Cunha on it, so it doesn't look too bad. I don't know, guys. What you in the chat? How do you rate it? 1 to 10. Give me your rating.
I quite like that.
Yeah. And also you have like a rose pattern on the shoulders or on the side. You can't see it. Maybe if I try to enhance it a little. No, let's do the other one.
Because some of the first team players should be back for the last.
I don't know if you see there's like a pattern here, like a rose pattern. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the players should be back for them Atletico Madrid game, shouldn't they? On Saturday. Yeah. Most of them should be. Do you think they will sell any more players, Jarvis?
Say again?
Do you think any more players will be sold?
Well, you know, the rumors that came out today was about Xerxes. I was waiting to ask you this question because the rumors came out that Juventus are considering Xerxes as a potential forward option. So, do you agree with selling Xerxes? He only had 2 seasons, and you know the small cameos.
I don't know. He was all right.
He's been like hot and cold.
He was all right on Saturday.
He was all right. He scored a beautiful goal.
But I'm not really sure about him. He's hot and cold, isn't he? I think we do need better. If he do go, then we're going to have to sign somewhere because we'll be short up front. My worry is on Bumbo. He's got. I don't know what's the matter with Brian. He's not playing very well. He didn't play well again on Saturday, did he? I don't know. Did you see the game?
Yeah, I saw the game, but you know, I have to be honest, I don't pay too much attention. I said this a televised training session in a way. So yeah, and the opposition, Rosenborg, poor. They are poor at this moment.
Yeah, but they're poor, but their league started halfway through their league, aren't they?
Yeah, but you know, they have had the World Cup break, so they haven't played a game in 6 weeks. So they are a little bit off season.
No way. We played one game, haven't we? You know, I was disappointed in them. I thought they'd be better than that. It's the first time in a long time that we haven't got no Norwegians in the squad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long time.
What happened to some of them, the younger ones? What happened to them? Because we did have a few younger.
We had Josh King. He did well. You know, he played in the Premier League. We had that guy Isaac who went to Germany, but I don't know where he is now. I think he fell through. He played well in the FA Youth Cup final. You know, the one where Garnacho scored the 2 goals. Isaac, the winger. And also, well, there's not many to mention, to be honest. Yeah,
it's the same as Scots. We always have Scottish players, but we ain't got any. If you get one of the Thatcher boys, is one plays for England, the other one plays for Scotland, don't they? The twins. That's the only one we've got. True. No Scottish players. That's poor, really.
Yeah. Neil, we have I have a lot of people waiting in the green room.
All right, mate. You carry on.
I'm so glad that you called in. It was a nice to talk to you. I hope you can call in on the next call-in show, and you know I will see you in the chats. You always tune in, so yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, we have Tega, we have Nas. I see Tyrone and we deserve better. Guys, let's bring in Nas. I can't keep you on as long as I've been doing up until now. So let's say 3 minutes, guys, and let's try to speed it up. So big up, Nas. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, Jarvis. How are you? Do you hear me?
I hear you well. So where are you calling from?
Yeah, calling from Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay, so you're probably half Norwegian then.
No, there's a lot of Norwegians, but I'm not. No.
Oh, you're not. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm glad you called in. So, do you have anything on your mind? Anything you want to talk about, or?
Yeah. We keep talking about Tchouaméni, and I think I think we need to look at what we've done in the past, which is go after Premier League proven players. I like Tchouaméni, but I think this opportunity that we have, we've seen Cunha, we've seen Mbemo. I think the opportunity is someone like I have 3 players on my mind. I think the first one is going to be hard, but it's a former United player in James Garner. I think he showed amazing work ethic. He showed amazing skill. I think he played defensive midfielder, left back, right back, and center mid last year for Everton. I think he's a cheaper version of Adam Wharton, and he also provides a lot going forward. Now, I don't know how he left United, and I think maybe there's some issues there, so that might not be in the mix. But being an American myself, I think the other player that people often overlook is Tyler Adams. And I know he has a little bit of injury problems, but I will say at the 2022 World Cup, he captained the United States as a 23-year-old. I think for the most part, he was very successful with the exception of the last game against Belgium, but that was a whole collapse by the team. But I think you see a positive attitude and someone who has not only Premier League abilities, but he also proved it at Leipzig. So when we think about how we play into Europe, I think he's somebody who could step in. And we've seen whether it's the Europa Conference, we've seen whether it's the Premier League or the Conference League, English teams are going far. So I think he would translate well playing in the European competition as well. So I think there's an opportunity there. I looked, his aerial duels, he's only 5'9". I think he has like 43%. Let me make sure. He has around 71% of aerial duels won if you look at FootMob. His defensive contribution percentage of 96%. And I think we saw a little bit last year that he was attack-minded as well. He was actually doing a lot going forward for the team. I think he had that goal that he scored that was probably up there for one of the best goals in the Premier League last season. Yeah. So I think there's an opportunity there. I am a little bit worried about his injury record, but I think that's something we can sort of maintain with him not being 24/7 playing all the time.
Yeah. Looking at Tyler Adams, you see, as you talked about his height, 175 centimeters. So that's how much? That's 5'9". Yeah. But again, if you look at his player traits, he scores actually quite high, 71% when it comes to aerial duels. So, it's not too shabby. But again, I feel we need a monster in this midfield trio that we are bringing in. One of them must at least be winning 60 to 70% of their duels, being that Casemiro replacement if you're doing the Moneyball thing, bringing in players with the same traits. So, but it's a good shout. But for me, I'm not convinced. And I think the biggest obstacle when it comes to Tyler Adams is Bournemouth, because I don't think they are a selling club this time. I think this summer window, I think they are focused on next season. I think they want as good a squad as possible. I have a suspicion they are aiming for winning the Europa League. I think this is where they are. I think they are just betting all bets, winning Europa League, getting their foot in the door and qualify for next year's Champions League and 100 million in the bank. I think this is where they are actually.
Yeah,
the thought process. And I know their owners, they're quite rich and they have ambitions for their club. So again, I can't see them selling. I saw we have been linked to Scott, but I think it's difficult. Same with Ryan now being linked to Liverpool. But it looks like every player that comes out as an option, it gets declined. Bournemouth, they don't want to sell.
Yeah, and maybe I think those are excellent points. Maybe the last one I would say, Andre from Wolves, former Fluminense player. I know his compatriot João Gomez went over to Aston Villa, but you see a team that's relegated. Maybe they're willing to sell. He's also 5'9" or 173.
You say again, who was that?
Andre. I think it's the other Gomez. Andre Gomez.
Yeah. Andre Gomez. Yeah.
I think he could be an excellent addition too. It depends on how much we're willing to pay.
Is he going to Villa now? I heard.
I think that's João Gomez. João Gomez.
Yeah, okay.
He's at Villa now. He's the other Gomez. I think they have too many. So that could be the other player. I think we could look at teams that are relegated. Hopefully we don't pay the Tottenham price where they're paying for relegated players above and beyond what they should be worth. But I think maybe that's the other thing. We could look at Europe, but I think it's harder. I know that Angelo Steeler, I was a little surprised he played no minutes. I didn't see many minutes at the World Cup, but I thought he at Stuttgart, I believe, Stuttgart. Yeah, I think he was a strong player in the Bundesliga. So
Angelo Steeler is a player that I haven't seen him enough to make a judgment, to be honest. I know the other guy who plays for Dortmund. What's his name? Maybe I've been linked to the midfielder. You guys, you know who I'm talking about. The guy
For
who
which
played
team?
for Germany
Oh,
in the World
Pavlovic?
Cup. No. The guy who we have been linked to, the Dortmund midfielder.
Oh,
And Mensah. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you.
yeah.
He fits the profile because I think we need like a big, strong number 6 who can come in and like command the midfield. So, but still, you know, it's a difficult one. But quickly, Nas, well, while I have you here, I want to talk a little bit about our centre backs. We heard now that Licha Martinez will be back probably around the first game of the season, and the reports that came out from Andy Mitten was Matthijs de Ligt will be back in the autumn. So who knows when that is? Is it October? Is it November? Yeah. But he will be back. So do you see any chance of us signing a centre back this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of opportunities for us. I think we could look at. I love Licha, but I think if a team is willing to pay for him, I think it's an opportunity to sell while high because he's been injured for the most part. I do think we should be looking at a center back as well. I don't trust de Ligt. I love him, but I don't trust him in the Premier League anymore. I think I was at a game 2 years ago. I think it was Erik ten Hag's last game, and that was the Brentford game. When they came to Old Trafford, and he was amazing. He was probably the best player on the field that game. But since then, I haven't seen much of him. So I think we do need a center back as well. But I think there's a lot of positions that we need. There's a left back position opportunity that we're going to need. So
yeah,
there's a lot of players that we should be looking at, and we need to add more depth to our midfield.
So you're basically saying we have to prioritize what we are doing right now and signing midfielders and a left back, not focusing on the center back position this season.
I think you hope that those players stay healthy and maybe one or two players somehow make the move. But Licha is, like I think Tyrone mentioned it, Licha is unreliable. He's only reliable for Argentina. And I think it showed at the last game that they asked too much of him. So it might be a hard one. I do agree. I think that's a good shout, especially if we're playing more games. We're not going to be playing just 40 games a season, right? We'll be playing in Europe. We'll be hopefully going far in the two league cups and the FA Cup. And I think we need more depth there.
The thing with centre backs is, how I see it, is you play with the centre back pairing, as you see, for example, Arsenal with Saliba and Gabriel. They play almost every minute, so you don't rotate the same way as you could do with midfielders when it comes to centre backs. So again, you know, I'm more interested in what type of midfield pairing Carrick will choose this season, and who will he go for as his go-to centre backs. In a way, if you understand what I'm asking. Yeah. So, and I feel, you know, on paper it will be Martinez and Harry Maguire. And those will be the two guys that Carrick will rely upon. But again, I'm not even sure what's his thinking process of it all, because, you know, I love Aiden Heaven. I see the potential in Lenny Yoro. So again, it's a difficult one. And what do we do with de Ligt when he comes back?
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, he'll play when he's available. He'll play, because I don't think Harry Maguire, Licha, I don't think you'll see them stay throughout the season. I think, to your point, Aiden Heaven and Euro are good, but they're learning. I think we're at a point in our season. We're at a point now where we can't just learn on the fly. We have people that have to step up. But if it is Aiden who steps up, or Euro, it has to be a massive jump. This has to be a jump that's more than just 2 or 3 games back to back. It's a massive jump to be ready to play in the Premier League and in Europe. But yeah, de Ligt will get his chance. It's just, how reliable will he be? We have too many unreliable players. That's the issue.
It's always been like this when it comes to centre back. We have had Phil Jones so many years, Luke Shaw, you know, always injured. Varane always injured. We had what's his name? The Argentinian guy, Rojo.
Rojo, yes.
Always injured. So again, you always struggle with the centre backs position. But Nathan Collins is a name that Tyrone is mentioning. Brentford. Yeah. Because I think the guy we have to rely on is Harry Maguire this season. You know, he's great in the air, and this is I think his best attribute. If England had chosen Harry Maguire, I think they probably would have beaten Argentina and gone to the final. In the dying minutes of the game, Argentina kept crossing into the box of England, but England didn't have the right players just to knock the ball out. So I think we will rely on Harry Maguire this season.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a professional. I'll say that, right? We've seen what he's had to deal with at the club, and he's come back. And Nathan Collins is good. You could say Sepp van der Berg, but it's all these players that we're asking for. It's a massive jump. I mean, this is the UEFA Champions League that they'll be playing in. None of those players have experience that we're talking about. So that's the part I worry about. I mean, look at Saliba. Saliba had to go back on loan 2 years in a row, I think, and people were asking at Arsenal to keep playing him, and they wouldn't play him. So it's I don't know.
Yeah, but they do proper player development. It's a process, as we talked about with Ryan and all of them. It's, as I said, it's about building the foundation, and you're not there yet. It takes a lot of years just to be at that level. But my personal opinion when it comes to Lenny Euro, send him on loan, give him the opportunity, season loan in France or another club in the Premier League. Send him to I don't know, Hull or whatever, one of the newly promoted Coventry.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and if he doesn't all, and I know you have other people waiting, but if he does go to France, I think he has to play in the UEFA Champions League. He has to play for one of the big teams. I don't think it'll be PSG. Marseille could be a good shout if they're still in it. I don't know who out of France made the top European competitions.
RC Lens, they are qualified.
Lens, yeah, that could be a great. Yeah, that's where Varane got his. That's where he learned. So that could be a good shout.
We should probably look into that. But I feel if we put him on a loan, we need to bring in another centre back because we are, as you said, a little bit thin, injury prone, and all of this. So it's an interesting thought, but we will see. Do you have anything else on your mind before I bring in Tega?
No, just love the show. I have been watching. I think when you had maybe a handful of people watching, but keep up the good work. I know this year I'm more in the office now in the United States. When the show is on, it's around 3:00 here, so it's always hard. But I try to listen at my desk if I can, so I just have to be a little bit more quiet.
Brilliant. I'm so glad. I know you've been around for many years now, Nas. You followed us when we were on the Jarvis's Corner on MUFC Realist TV with Mick and all of this. So yeah you're a long time supporter of the community. So thank you for tuning in, and have a nice day in Minnesota and enjoy yourself.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Okay, take care. Bye. Okay, guys, we have 2 callers left. We have done 1 hour, 40 minutes. So let's bring in Tega and then Tyrone at last. So we save Tyrone. So big up, Tega. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing, Jarvis? Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. So you're doing well. Yeah. So did you have anything on your mind, or do you want me to ask the questions?
Yeah, I have a few things on my mind, a few questions, so I might just go straight into it. So it's Tega from Phoenix, Arizona. I wanted to get your take on Tchouaméni because I'm not high on him, and I was curious. I don't know that I've ever heard your take on him yet, or if it's a player that you want. So just gonna hear your take on Tchouaméni if it's a player that you want, because deep down I don't want him, and I have specific reasons why. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts on Tchouaméni and if you think Man United should sign him.
Since Stu had to leave early because he had an emergency, I was planning actually to do a Tchouaméni breakdown and tell you guys about how I see him coming into this team. But to make it short, I think he will bring defensive stability into the team. We will have a guy who will win back the ball every time in need. And when the tough gets going, we know in every game lives its own life, as I used to say. And Carrick, he reverts sometimes into a back three. And having a play like Tchouaméni would have been excellent because we wouldn't have to do a sub. We could just pull back Tchouaméni in between the 2 centre backs and just ride the storm, and see out games. So I think as a part in this Carrick team, I think he would have been a extremely good good contribution. And also, on the ball, I think he's so much better than people realize. How his what do you call it, line breaking passes. I think that's very strong. Even though we only have stats from Real Madrid. They are bound to be more attacking, more on the ball, and Tchouaméni will be higher up the pitch, so it will be easier for him to have line breaking passes. But again, I think it will bring something special. It's not like Ugarte, just running around like a headless chicken. So again, I would love for us to sign. I would rather us to sign Tchouaméni than Sander Berge, to be honest. I'm a big fan of Sander Berge. Yeah.
Really? Well, over Sander Berge? Oh.
Because of his defensive profile. I think he's stronger defensively than Sander Berge.
Yes,
yeah, but I think it's a difficult deal to be done. But what's your take?
Oh, here's the thing. Whenever I've seen Tchouaméni play, defensively, yes, I think he's really solid. I think he really excels there. But going forward, I don't know. I feel like he just leaves me wanting more. And I think about even at the World Cup, I think he was one of the weaker points for France at the World Cup. And in that midfield too, with Rabiot, there's something. It almost felt like Rabiot was the better player of the two. Now
he was
you might
deeper,
say,
and yeah,
he was deeper. But I can imagine if they had a Sander Berge back there or Rodri as the deeper player, he would have been creating things from there. I just feel like he's limited, and there's going to be so much of a dependence on a Kobbie Mainoo or whoever is playing with him that I don't know that it's going to really work. I think it works if we're playing a mid-block type of football. Then I think Tchouaméni is the right candidate, or Baleba is the right candidate. But if we're going to be a bit more expansive, I don't know. And, one thing that worries me, I was listening to Nuruddin one time, and he said something about Tchouaméni jumping out of a 50-50. That always worries when I think about a defensive. I don't.
Especially in the Premier League, because we're bound to have more 50-50s because of the tempo of the game. It will be more loose balls that you have to just jump in and win. Put your body on the line and commit.
Exactly. So I don't think it's, how we had a caller, Ryan, called in earlier, and he said we don't have enough players that are combative or have that mentality of what's his name, the Argentina defender,
Martinez,
right?
Yeah.
Tchouaméni is a little bit too cool for me. He does the job, but in a very cool fashion. I think we need someone a little bit more combative, if that makes sense, or that bit of that type of mentality there. That's my reservation on Tchouaméni.
That's why Elliot Anderson would have been perfect.
Yes.
So yeah, I get what I think you make a good point when it comes to this, but I feel that Tchouaméni is more defensively stable than Sander Berge.
Right.
Sander Berge is more a reader of the game and intercepts the ball better. How I see him, but he's not that type of who launches into tackles and stuff. He usually relies on his physicality. He just steps up and bullies them off the ball and just snaps it off the other midfielders. So I don't know what's best for the Premier League and Man United at this moment, but I feel that Tchouaméni is probably the more reliable defensively signing that we could make. And if you look at his profile, I think he would fit better with Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno together, with Tchouaméni.
That's true. Yes, because when you bring in Bruno, it changes. Yes, it changes what we need.
That's the problem. I would love for us to play a 4-3-3 with three midfielders. One sitting and two number 8s. But we are not. We are going into the season with. I can't see Carrick changing this as long as we have Bruno in the team and us always doing the 4-2-3-1 and. It's a different thing, when you have an opposite triangle.
Right.
It's not the same. So for me, right now, Tchouaméni, but most definitely, I would love for us to go into a 4-3-3. I don't know what's your thoughts.
No, I feel the same way. And I feel like with the players that we've signed already, those 2 players, I feel like we're more suited for the 4-3-3. And we could even have a midfield that has a little bit of everything similar to PSG. Now, not at that level, but Tielemans brings something unique. Santos brings something unique. Kobe Mino brings something unique. And so and they have similar traits as well, but all have unique traits to them as well. So that's what I want. I do have one question actually as a follow-up to this is, what do you think of INEOS strategy? So initially, I thought last year the goal was very simple. Let's go for the best young talent or talent at this, below a specific age. That could be the next big thing, and we're willing to go put as much money to get that talent. But it seems like this year the strategy has changed up a little bit, where it's now it has to be value for money, and I don't even know if the age thing is as is a factor anymore, because we signed Tielemans. And my thing, and this is my worry, is it seems to me the strategy right now is that let's just get the best profile for the best value. I guess for the cheapest rate, we can get the best profile. Yeah. Do you think you can compete with the best? Because at the top, everyone is spending money. Arsenal is spending money. Man City is spending money. Liverpool is spending money. Can you compete? Can we win a league with this strategy if we're not willing to break the bank for who we really want? Because in my head, I thought Matheus Fernandes was someone that INEOS identified that this is a player that they really want. And in my opinion, if you really want the player, you almost have to go get the player in a sense, as long as it's, even if that means overpaying by 10 million. I just wanted to hear your take.
Yeah, okay. INEOS strategy, I think it changed because we brought in the guy who came from Formula One Mercedes. I don't know if you know enough about Michael Sansoni, but
not much.
Okay, when he worked for the Formula One team for Mercedes, but he's not a car guy. He wasn't an engineer or anything. He's into data analytics and what he's doing, he has an analytic team of data, and they go through basically stats, trying to find the best suited players. So we are doing the Moneyball thing with Man United.
The Brighton approach.
But I don't think we are actually. I think we are leveling up from Brighton and Bournemouth and all of them. I think we are trying our own way, and I think we are really into data analytics right now. And I think Michael Sansoni drives the transfers we are going for, and what the players he's finding are the guys we are going for. And I think the price is not the obstacle. I think we are just going for the right profiles, and I think it's a good way of building the foundation, as I said. But when we come to a certain level, we have to add quality, but we are not there yet. We are not at the stage where you can bring in the Winners, the Mbappes, the Haalands, and the best of the best. We are not there yet, because they will be a waste in our team, because we don't have we are not solid enough as a squad. So for me, I'm okay with this Michael Sansoni thing. I think it's a big gamble. Yes, we don't know if it will work, but time will tell. It worked last season, but this season, will it work? Can we do it again? It looks good. I like what I've seen from Santos. I like Tielemans. I like even the reserve goalkeeper we brought in, the guy from Leeds. I think he will come in and actually do a good job. Better than Binder, and much better than Onana. So again, I think we have strength in the three signings we have brought in. Good. But it's not me saying that I like INEOS, because I don't. I think they enabled the Glazers, and I hate the Glazers. I don't think so. But what they are doing now, it's a little bit too soon to judge, but I think we are on the right path. They are doing the right things that I have been asking for many years. Bring in sensible signings, the right profiles, build a foundation, do it gradually, stay on course, make the plan happen. Not just to go and grab the biggest signing, who can bring in the most sponsorship from Adidas and, image rights and most money and ticket sellers. I don't want that. I want us to operate as a proper footballing club. So
I totally agree with you. My only issue is I somewhat feel like INEOS has a cap on how much they're going to spend on a player, even they want to, even if they really like the player. And I think that's where
it's clearly a budget, yes.
And so I know it's needed in football, but sometimes when you have such caps, I feel like it also caps your ambition to an extent. And I wonder if we can compete.
Where do you think our ambitions should be at the moment?
Well,
Because
INEOS has said they want to win the league in 2 years, right? Because they want to win the league in I think it's 2 years, right? The goal is to win the league. It was 3 years when they first. It was 5 years. I think the goal is to win the league in 2 years from this season, right? That's the target, right? I think that's what Barada said, right? 2 years from now.
2028, he said. So
2028.
I don't know
that's
what that
3
means.
seasons from now. So I think this season we need to be in top 3. So we need to make the Champions League, but stay in top 3 and be somewhat competitive in the Champions League. Next season we need to challenge, and the season afterwards we need to win the league. And so we definitely need to build a very, very solid foundation, because although we came 3rd last season, our style of football is very questionable if we can continue that style of football. And in some degree, I'm a little worried that Carrick wants to expand or be expansive this season. And I might think it might be better to just remain in the mid block for another season, and maybe United settle for being the best mid block team in the league. It seems I know the fans may not accept that type of football, but that might be a more sustainable way to grow than try something crazy and then we finish outside of the top, I don't know, top 6, and then we're going back and forth. But for me, I'm saying a lot, but what I think we need to start working towards is staying in, consistently qualify for Champions League, and then we need to look to compete, and then we need to try to win the league. It's been too long,
Yeah, it's been, I can't even remember how it was winning the league. It's so long ago. But as I said, look at Arsenal. I think that's the measuring stick for us,
Right.
As fans. We gotta be realistic about it. Okay, we're Man United, we're the biggest club, but we can't keep doing what we have been doing the last 12 years. Splashing cash and trying to do extreme things. We have to take it back a notch and just build and build and build and improve a little bit every season, rather than trying to overreach and then fall on our ass. So
fair.
I don't have big expectations, as we talked about. Maybe I hope that we can go for a title charge this season.
You think we can?
Yes, but not win
wow.
it. Not win it. I say top 3 is a goal. And I think in January, after Christmas, around that time, we should be within 5 points.
What midfielder do you think we need, and who do you think we'll end up with to help us achieve the things you just mentioned?
As I think we need a strong, solid defensively number 6 who can also contribute us going forward, because I want to see Kobe Mainoo higher up the pitch. Combining, because Kobe Mainoo's best trait is when he's in close proximity to Cunha and Bruno.
Right,
they
combinations.
Can do combination play. I think that's what we saw the best from Kobe Mainoo. And even when Dorgu played and came in from the left wing, I think we can see. I want to see something like that. But then we need a ball progressor deeper. I don't want to see Bruno drop down. I don't want to see Kobe Mainoo drop down. So I also, because I want the defensive stability and the ability to break lines with their passes and be defensively stable. So there's not many profiles out there. As I said, we have Tchouaméni, we have Sander Berge, we have maybe Mensah, maybe Baleba, but I don't think he's good enough on the ball when it comes to his passing abilities, medium to long range. So yeah, I don't know. But I trust, in a way, the scouting department to have done their job, and I know they are looking at these type of profiles.
Well, thank you so much. I came into this call a little discouraged, but for some reason I'm encouraged about the season. You seem to really have lots of trust in the scouting so far, which is, I guess, a really good thing. So hopefully we end up doing well.
I can only go by the track record, and I would say last window gave me hope, and this window so far is good. But we haven't seen the big name signings, and I know the fan base will go ballistic when we sign Sander Berge or someone in that bracket, because they all want the Tchouaméni thing. They want
but why are we not giving Sander Berge enough credit? Because when we played Fulham, both games actually, both games he stood out. Like my test for a player is when I watch them, and everyone has their role, but within your role, do you excel to a point where the focus is on you? And every time I saw Sander Berge, I always thought he was magnificent, to the point where he was making everyone's job easier. Iwobi. So I'm originally Nigerian, and so I know a lot about Iwobi. I've watched him play he's a very talented player.
He played so well when we played away against Fulham.
Exactly.
That second half, him and Sander Berge.
But the reason is Sander Berge. Sander Berge releases him and allows him to bring out his full potential. And it's not just every time I've seen Sander Berge, I've always asked myself, how is it this good, but he never played at a top 5 club? I'll never understand that, because he's really good. I know there's not enough interest, but on the eye, he can make things happen. He's tall, he's physical. He's almost like a freak that can play ball, similar to the way Rodri is somewhat of a freak, and he can do amazing things. So I don't get the lack of interest or the underwhelming nature of Sander Berge. I don't get it.
But
go ahead.
No, I just want to say that I feel that people are starting to catch on and understand now what type of player he is. Not just because of the World Cup, but also because I've seen, more YouTubers and people talking highly about him. I see Steven Housen doing a breakdown, other people like big YouTubers talking about Sander Berge, but except from Goldbridge, he hates him, but
do you think do you think there's a chance we could end up with him? Do you think there's a chance, or you don't? Because from a profile standpoint, I would think he would be on top of the list, just from he can pretty much do everything. And sometimes I somewhat think we need that all action player. And I feel like he's the closest thing to it that's left in the market. Because I like Mateus Fernandes as well. Because he also, whenever I saw Mateus Fernandes play, there are certain areas I know he lacks in. It's maybe positioning, but he always caught my eye because I could see him. He could pretty much do everything to a certain degree, and and so they have similar effects. So I was just curious. Do you think there's a chance Sander Berge would end up, or you can't see it?
The biggest problem with Sander Berge is his age. If we are going for like two older and two younger midfielders to make the progression of Kobe Mainu and Santos, I think it would be a sensible signing to do.
I agree.
But I'm not even sure, because INEOS said that they only want players on their first and second professional contract with a sell-on value, and that's not.
But Silliman breaks that rule, though, right? Doesn't that mean that
he breaks it? But again, I don't know why we went for Tielemans. So that it makes me wonder. Why did we do it? And I just want to say, Sander Berge, I give it 35% chance in my estimation. But I hope we can go for him. But I think he would have been a extremely good contributor into our midfield. Yeah, so
I think he'll be wonderful. I think he'll be. I watched Norway play during the World Cup. I saw what he did, and I even thought I thought the Norway team were a little underwhelming, because I really had high expectations for the Norwegian team going into the World Cup. But I thought he was the one that really stood out. And also the midfielder from Arsenal played really well as well.
Odegaard and
Odegaard played really
even
well.
the body
And Berg.
by Patrick.
Patrick Berg played really well. He played really well as well. But I thought he really stood out there, and it really confirmed what I thought before the World Cup. But when I saw him at Norway, playing with Norway, I realized that he could really work well, especially knowing the way Bruno plays. We need someone who is really disciplined. That I have this theory with Bruno. Bruno plays better with certain types of players. And I almost feel like Sander Berge is that type of player, that his positioning will tell Bruno, you shouldn't be there. If you're a player that vacates, Bruno is going to end up in your position. But if you're a player that positionally really sound, I think Bruno sees that signal and tells him that I shouldn't be in that area. And I don't know. I feel like it's the perfect profile that will allow Bruno to be further up, creating chances, and it will allow Kobe Mainu to get up closer to the other players and combine. And so we'll see how it goes. Because, like I said, because of this conversation, I'm really, really hopeful for the season. Really happy to see how Santos get along. Hopefully, he's a revelation. At first, I was a little underwhelmed by the signing because I wanted players that were that were consistent starters when it comes to signings, But so far, everything I'm hearing about him looks good. I haven't really watched him play. I've seen highlights. So hopefully he ends up being a great signing. And then Tielemans is Tielemans. He's good, but Tielemans,
as I said, he's a Mercedes SL with 400k mileage on it.
Exactly.
So,
you don't know what to fully expect. He might end up injured in his first game.
That's a beautiful
how
car,
is.
It's a beautiful car, and we know what he can do. But again, I'm worried. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I love his.
Thank you.
I love his versatility too, because Tielemans can play as a 10 comfortably as well. So I don't know. We have a good mix of players. Even Sesko, I expect a much. Hopefully, he comes in fit. I know he's carrying an injury, but I think he could take his game to the next level this season. The only player I'm worried about, I'll be really honest, the two players I'm worried about, Lenny Euro hasn't shown me enough, and Mbeumo, I think that was a mistake. I think he scores goals, but I think in every other area, I don't know if hopefully he can get back to his best, but he lacks in so many different areas that I don't know. I think we do have a big squad, so there's a chance that if he's not performing, someone else takes his spot. But I'm really worried that he may not live up to that the money we paid for him. So those are my two worries going into the season: Mbeumo and Lenny Euro. Lenny Euro is young, so that there's a bit of.
I agree with Mbeumo, but I don't know what will happen with him. But maybe even were some rumors that we were looking at selling him. So I'm not even sure where he fits into this Carrick system. So maybe in time he will be maybe one of the next ones out next season. But we will see. Hopefully, we'll have a good season. But I think he dropped out after the AFCON and he never came back to his level.
That is true. That is
true. And also,
true.
I think he's a little bit confused playing on the right wing, playing as a number 10, playing as the number 9. So again, I think he's kind of lost himself in this Man United squad and team. And we don't see his strengths anymore. Tega, thank you so much for calling in. I have Tyrone waiting and Stu just arrived. So I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's been you have been a brilliant guest, and I hope you do well in where was it? Phoenix, Arizona?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah. You probably have better weather than I have up in the north. I think it's 14 degrees outside and raining right now. So
right this time of the year, I'm not quite sure because it gets really hot here. So it's 100. It was 118, 19 degrees yesterday in Fahrenheit. So,
wow.
So it gets really hot here. So we're in the desert. It's nice every year round except the summer. So this June, July, August is pretty rough here. But outside of that, it's a really beautiful place. Beautiful weather. Amazing golf courses. Beautiful place to live. But it just gets really hot in the summertime.
I will call you when I come to Phoenix to play golf then.
Oh, for sure. Let us know.
Okay. Cool. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Hey, Stu.
Bloody hell, I'm back. I noticed Trevor will be pleased now. The numbers have dropped significantly.
I think we have done well. We have done well. We have this beautiful community. People have been calling in constantly. Having someone to it's been a great show. I've really enjoyed it. It's good to see the faces and talk with the guys. I had Neil Driscoll on. I
saw Neil.
Neil
was lying down quite nicely. So
Nas on. So many people calling in.
Hey, Jamie made an appearance.
Yeah, Jamie was on. Yeah. But we have one more caller before. So Stu, if you can welcome Tyrone, and you have to excuse me for 1 minute. I have to go to
I will do that.
Yes.
Tyrone.
Big up, Tyrone. Big up.
Hello, guys. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Not too bad. Yeah, I've just got to be honest with you. I'm glad that World Cup is over. I wasn't.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's really weird for like World Cups. It's normally exciting. You normally got like a lot of really good games, a lot of high quality, and it just wasn't there this time.
Everything about the World Cup was wrong, Tyrone. I'll be honest with you. My very first World Cup was back in '78. So that was in Argentina. Ticker tape. They had Tango ball, the Argentinian kit, flowing locks. Peru were absolutely top draw back then, and everything that we saw over the last 3 weeks, that's gone by, well, longer than that. It just didn't feel right, did it? It didn't feel like a World Cup. Didn't feel exciting. There was nothing that really had you on the edge of your seat, and it was drab for me, Tyrone. I'll be honest with you.
For me, I was just watching. It just feels like the sport where football is going for me. It's becoming a bit too commercialized for me. And I don't really like that, especially when you had like the hydration breaks, and for a fact that they've only brought it in so they can do the advertisements. It wasn't good at all.
No, they did. They brought it in for the advertising, the halftime show at the World Cup final, which was about 40 minutes, or it felt like 40 minutes. I mean, Jesus Christ, how can you, seriously, guys, and everybody in the chat, Jarvis, I've got to bring this up. How can you belittle two absolute legends of football in Ronaldinho and Ronaldo?
Yeah,
driving in like on a golf cart with Madonna on his. I mean, what is all that about?
Yeah,
what is all that about? So Jamie's right. I don't disagree, Jamie. But anyway, Tyrone, you are the football big connoisseur. If anybody doesn't know, Tyrone is football big connoisseur because he wears Mizuno. Was it Morelli?
Mizuno Morelia, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Well, we won 4-1 today. I was really happy. We won 4-1. It was a good game.
Oh, nice. When's your first match this season?
No, it wasn't like an 11-a-side game. It was just an 8-a-side game. But it was
nice.
It's quite highly competitive.
Yeah.
And they had a really good goalkeeper. Otherwise, I reckon we would have got about 8. It was really good. It's high level. I really
enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What area of the country are you?
I'm in South London, but we play in Croydon.
Down south.
Yeah, that's where I'm based. Yeah, I'm in South London.
Nice. Well, Tyrone, I look forward to a Monday night and a Wednesday night, particularly, as well as Saturday afternoons. But the old knees struggling a bit.
I'm playing tomorrow night as well. So.
Good lad. Play as long as you can. Play as long as you can, pal. Play as long as you can.
Yeah. Enjoy it while you can, because the years go fast, and suddenly you're getting old and slow, as me and him.
I've never been the quickest, to be honest. I've always had to rely on my passing, and I've always had to rely on knowing where I'm going to pass the ball before it comes to me. That's how I kind of get by. I've never been the quickest.
It's real footballers. That's what they do, Tyrone.
Yeah,
that's what they do, mate.
So you always advocate for using your brains.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I could do. Because I was never rapid, but still getting around the pitch now. I do it in as little moves as possible, especially in 7-a-side or 5-a-side. I just pass and then walk. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tyrone, what's your prediction for the new season? Where are you with everything?
So when we first signed Tielemans, I was a bit disappointed because although I think he's a good player, it felt like a bit like of a short-term signing. But everyone I've spoken to amongst my friends have said, Tyrone, don't worry, he'll do really well for you guys. And I think when you saw the reaction of the Aston Villa fans when they realised he was coming to United, that kind of indicated that, we might be getting a player. I just hope he doesn't get injured this season. I think we're going to need him a lot. I'm really happy with Santos. The more I've looked into him and done my research on him, I think he's going to be a good player. It might take him a while to get going, but he's very competitive. He's quite a good ball winner in there. I think that's going to help Kobe and Bruno a lot.
Yeah.
So, that's two really good midfielders have come in, thankfully. But Tielemans, I don't think Tielemans was... I don't think that was planned. I think that was an opportunity that probably presented itself during the World Cup, and United have kind of capitalized on that.
Jumped on
but Tyrone, what do you think the scouting system and Wilcox and them actually expect from Tielemans? What's their expectations for him coming in this season? Is he like the type of Christian Eriksen signing, the guy who came in cheap and we can rely upon when needed, or is he going to be a regular starter in this team?
I think he'll be a regular starter, but I think when he's come in, I think Carrick's probably said to them, I want someone who's not just technical, but I want someone that's going to help us retain the ball. I don't just want to be a transitional or counter-attacking team. And I think he's got the technical ability in his game, from what I can see, that will help us keep the ball quite well. So I think that's the main reason they've kind of gone for him, in my opinion, anyway.
You, Tyrone, you are spot on, my old mate. His ball retention side of his game and his short game is very, very good. Jarvis and myself, we talk about triangular football a lot. We talk about tight areas, tight spaces, being able to control the ball, deliver the ball in tight areas, and Tielemans offers us that. I think you're absolutely right. I think he will use him to control the game, control the tempo, and he'll use whoever he brings in as this fabled six for a little bit of power when Tielemans is on the pitch. When Tielemans isn't on the pitch, the six will remain the six and be cohesive with the centre halves, which is where a proper six should be. And then use Bruno and, I don't know, will it be Santos or Meno? We obviously don't know. To push us up the pitch as much as we can, and then using the pace of Dorgu, Ahmad, Cunha, or Mbeumo. Mbeumo was quite an interesting conversation that you guys are talking about. Tega. Sorry for Tega bringing that up is quite interesting, because I think he's got almost reset. Mbeumo. He hasn't had anything to do but train in the summer. Get himself back to full fitness. He's still looking off it at the minute for me. It'd be quite interesting to see what team we play against Hull, how we approach the game against Hull. But for me, it's all about flexibility, Tyrone. I'm looking for flexibility all the time. And if we are facing a low block, I don't want to just see us go side to side, backwards and forwards. I want to see us penetrate and push. So Ahmed's got to hit the byline a lot better than what he has. Dorgu, Cunha, and Mbeumo. They've got to get the balls in the box for Sesko, and then from the edge and whoever is playing in midfield. So quite looking forward to it. Quite excited, Tyrone, to be honest.
I'm looking forward to it as well, but I'm kind of wondering, what are we going to do with Rashford? Because I'm wondering, are we going to let him go, or is he going to come back? If he comes back, I think under Carrick, we might see like a really good Rashford come back. But I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's the right decision to kind of try and let him go or to bring him back into the team.
Sure. Tyrone, if you try to envision the Carrick type of football, we talked about, Stu mentioned it, combination play. I use this word all the time, tight proximity, with the players. And what we saw last season on Maynard's side, especially on the left-hand side, he's drifting a little bit higher up on the pitch. He's in close proximity to Bruno, Cunha, and Dorgu. Always, they were like 4 to 5 players in that area, even Sesko when he played. So I can't see Rashford in that football, if that's what Carrick is going for. I can't see how is Rashford going to be that combination type of player, because Rashford doesn't have a footballing brain. He has quick legs and he knows how to shoot. For me, it's type of maybe I'm too harsh on Rashford, but he's kind of a one-trick pony.
He's better on the counter, isn't he?
Yes, and I can't see him in this Carrick system actually working unless we go back to the counter-attacking type of football we played under Ollie, with or Ten Hag, with Bruno being the outlet and, giving Rashford the balls in behind for him to run at. And
he might have to humble himself.
Disappoint all the Rashford fans out there, but he doesn't fit into this system. Doesn't fit into this system at all.
I think Rashford. Sorry, guys. I think Rashford's got a real opportunity here to not make himself indispensable, but I think he scores you 8 to 10 goals if he stays next season, which is an additional 8 to 10 on top of everything else. So we're going to get an additional 8 to 10 goals, across the season. I also think he's probably the best exponent of being able to play across all three forward positions. 9, he can play a loose 9. I call it a loose 9, i.e. he's got some kind of idea on how to play a 9. That's what I call a loose 9. But we know he can play left wing, and we know he can play right wing. Where he will lack in Carrick's system, Jarvis and Tyrone, and you both mentioned it in previous conversations we've had, is he won't get back and he won't tuck in. And that is going to be his problem. So if you were looking at a 20-minute cameo, go out and get me a goal, probably is likely to happen, because he did that. All right, not so much in the scoring sense in the World Cup. When he came on with 20 minutes to go and he tried to open up the defence. I think that's his only option for Rashford. The other thing is what do you do with him if you let him go? Where are you going to send him to? Is it a loan deal? Are we going to take a cut on the price, get rid of his salary? Or do we swap him for Vinicius Jr. at Real Madrid? Because, if somebody's looking at Arsenal, then why wouldn't you? I was being facetious there, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I think if he does come back to United, I think Rashford's got to humble himself. You're not going to be starting. You're just going to have to be a sub, an impact player off the bench.
Yeah, you are.
But I don't know if he's going to accept that. That's the problem. So he might have to go.
Tyrone, and with you, I don't think he's got any choice. If you want to come back under Carrick, you're not going to be a starter. That's for sure. But you've got to, every footballer's got to earn his place. You've got to earn your place. I've seen.
Yeah, but can we bench a 325k a week player?
That's a good question.
Because if we bench him, don't play him, we know for sure his valuation will go down, and we will be in the next summer with the same problem. We will have a Rashford who's not game fit, who haven't played, haven't had a good season, and so in a way, if we keep him, we are almost forced to, or Carrick will be forced to play him, just from a business side of things.
Yeah, the thing is, sorry, Tyrone. All I was going to say is you've got to pay him anyway. You have to pay him. Even if he goes on loan, it's going to cost us 20% of his salary or 30% of his salary.
Yeah, but it's about keeping his valuation. That's what I'm talking about.
I wouldn't. That's one thing I wouldn't do. I would drop his valuation and get him gone, because ultimately
he's not getting any younger.
That's right. He's got 2 years left. Let's just drop the valuation and get him gone. I'd sell him for 10 million. You see, because you'd make the savings in the long run.
You said so right away. Yeah.
You'd make the savings in the long run. So. It's just one of those. He's a conundrum, isn't he, Rashford? He
might end up at Arsenal when they don't get Vinny. He might be their speed choice.
Funny enough,
it's a decent shout.
Funny enough, Arsenal will be probably as good as for him. He really would.
And but maybe we are all wrong. Maybe Rashford will prove us wrong. He will come back, with a different mindset and actually work hard, but I won't believe it until I see it. That's just where I am at the moment. I'm not a big fan.
How long's he got left? How long's he got left on his holidays, enforced holiday? Is it a week or 2 weeks?
Is it 2 weeks? They had 2 weeks off after the World Cup, so before they start training again. So
we play Atletico Madrid next, don't we?
But that'll be a tough game, man.
Yeah,
but. Stu, I have a question when it comes to Rashford, because with Rashford, he worries me a little bit, because we know we have these youngsters pushing, knocking on the door, wanting to come in, especially Shay, Lacy. And Andy Mitten said today in his report that we are going to keep. No, it was Luckhurst. Sorry, said that Shay Lacy will be in the first team squad for the first half of the season. So again, how do we keep Shay Lacy in the first team squad? Because obviously, if we are keeping him, we have to have intentions of playing him. Well, if we keep Xerxes and Rashford at the same time, where is the openings in our attacking front line? Because we have Cunha, Dorgu, Sesko, Mbumo, Ahmad, and Bruno, if you count him.
So what he's talking about there is, Trevor's going to love this, loosely. He's loosely available to the first team squad. That's what we're saying. So he will have a first team number, whatever squad number, whatever his number is. He will have that, and he will be attached to the first team squad. Can be utilised in the under 23s if he wants to. It'll be attached to it. So you attach a player to the first team squad, and he'll go into all the cup squads. He'll go into the FA Cup, and he'll go into the Carabao Cup. There are certain teams you would play him against. Hull would be one, but unfortunately, we've got a Hull first game of the season. So the importance of 3 points outweighs whether you play Shay Lacy or not. I was listening to a couple of other channels the other day, and there's this big thing about, well, you've taken JJ Gabriel out to Norway, you didn't play him. Well, why should they play him? It's up to these players to make themselves indispensable. We've all done it. Tyrone plays football, Jarvis, you've done it. If you're not in the starting 11, what do? Fuck it. You make sure you're in the next, you pick for the next game and the next game and the next game. So, football is all about controlling your own destiny as a footballer, as a man, and I've always believed that. I've always believed everything I've done in football, I've controlled my own destiny. And if I haven't made that starting 11, lads, it's my fault. It's not the coach's fault. It's nobody else. It's my fault.
No,
I want to see Shay Lacy with that attitude. I want to see JJ Gabriel with that attitude. I want to see all these players with the correct attitude. Somebody made a great point. Sorry, I was going back to rival channels, and they're all having a pop saying, "Oh, we weren't great against Rosenborg. Well, this is embarrassing." Blah 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 blah. Pre-season, as
it's about fitness, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an irrelevance, an absolute irrelevance. We always used to lose under Fergie because it doesn't matter. Get your fitness levels up, get your touch right, get your vision right. Bearing in mind, Jarvis, most of these players have only had 3 weeks off. What can you lose in 3 weeks? Fuck all.
And we used to lose a lot of charity shields as well, but Ferguson always thought that was just, it wasn't even a proper final.
No, he was never bothered about it. He was never bothered about it.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think we need to sell at least one of them to keep a pathway for the youngsters who can come in, especially Shay Lacy. So, the reports came out that Juventus now are in for Joshua Xerxes. And
I did see that. Yeah.
And we also just, my speculation saw that PSG dropped out for was it Diomande? I think it was Campos who came out saying a statement from PSG that they were not willing to be held at ransom by certain agents, and they wouldn't go there. So again,
I was surprised they were going.
I see an opening for Rashford. Maybe, let's say they sell Barcola. Maybe there's an opening for Rashford going to PSG. Just my speculations. Haven't seen anything about it. Just how I feel.
Well, do you remember he's going to Madrid, isn't he? I think that's done. 100 mil, isn't it? I mean,
Diomande, yes.
Yeah, why would you pay 100 million for him? It's beyond me. I mean,
he's not worth 100 million from what I've seen of him.
No chance, Tyrone. Not a hope in hell. I'm worth 100 million if he's worth 100 million. I've never seen anything like it. Actually, I think the winger side of it, Jarvis, the tables will start to turn when Liverpool make their choice on who they're going to buy.
It looks like Barcola is coming in. If the price is right.
Yeah. So then the table.
Although they are asking for a ransom. I don't know if you heard the price, 170 million.
Really?
Euros. 170 million euros.
Don't you just hate football today? Don't you just hate modernism in football today?
It's ridiculous.
Really.
I hope not. Ludicrous.
I hope not, Trev. Jesus. I don't know where that's come from. Oh dear. I think Trevor's mean I was full of shit. I think that's what Trev means. The swine. The swine. I won't be wearing that mankini, that new one for you this weekend, Trev. You've blown it now, kid. You've blown it.
I think Diomande for me showed lots of glimpses that he's a quality. He's got the ability to improve, and he had like a lot of raw talent. But 100 million, man, that's nuts. Seriously.
Well, Barkley adds a lot more, doesn't he? Barkley's a bit special. He is a bit special, that player. But 170, you can do one on 170. I'm not interested. If Barkley,
we know Liverpool, they can go on a mad one when it comes to after last season.
What bid then are you doing for Vinny Jr.? Seriously, what bid are you doing for that? If you are bidding 170 for Barkley,
exactly,
that's fucking nuts. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, there's been some strange signings, hasn't there? Morgan Rogers at 116. Or 117 is £1 million more over.
That was a fixed. That was a fixed deal between Chelsea and
exactly.
We know it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
they are cooking the books for sure. I'm 100% convinced. Jamie, don't sue me. I'm just saying it's my opinion.
Jamie was just asking about Rodri. I said on the show a couple of days ago, Jamie, that I think Rodri's got one chance of going to Real Madrid, and it's this. It's now. It's now or never for Rodri, and he wants to go. He's spoken about it for a while, so I think that deal happens. I think it's a great move for Real Madrid, bad move for City.
Yeah. Now Elliot Anderson's got to rip. I think Elliot Anderson might get that 6 role, and I don't know if he can do it as well as.
I don't think he can do it.
City will sign Sander Berge.
You think so?
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it wouldn't fucking surprise me.
I have just a gut feeling.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. City won't dick about, you see. So I think Rodri ends up at Real Madrid. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, but so you don't think Rashford is going to PSG? It won't happen. I saw someone said Enrique doesn't rate Rashford. But I can't see any other club taking on his wages. No one will.
He's got such a big ego, hasn't he? He would never go back to Villa because I think he probably thinks that's beneath him. But
they have Garnacho now, so they are covered on the left-hand side.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule out a late move by Barcelona to take him back. I wouldn't rule that out. On loan with no loan fee. I wouldn't rule that out, but. He's the conundrum, isn't he, Rashford? He really is a conundrum.
But if you, Stu, if you were in Rashford's shoes, you were him. Yeah. How would you assess the situation right now as a player?
I would want to play football.
Yeah.
These players, Jarvis, money's no object anymore. It doesn't matter to them. No. People can turn around and say, "Well, why should he not take 325? For the next 2 years." But if you're going to sit on the bench and come on for 20 minutes now and again, what does having all the money in the world do? You've got nothing to prove. You haven't won anything in your career. Phil Foden's what, 20? What is Phil Foden now? 25, something like that. 24, 25. 5 Premier Leagues at that age. He's got something to show in his locker, hasn't he?
Rashford might turn around to us and say, "I've won La Liga," even though he didn't play much. He might say that.
Yeah, he might do, but he's not got anything. But I want to go. Once we've all won leagues, haven't we, and trophies all the time. You want to bite that cherry again? Surely, I would. Yeah, I really, really would. It could well happen, Jamie. I didn't think it would happen, Tchouaméni. Jarvis will tell you, Tyrone will tell you. Last couple of weeks, I've been very, very clear. I didn't think we'd get Tchouaméni. I think we'd end up with Baleba.
What are your thoughts on Tchouaméni? Do you rate him? He doesn't do enough for me.
Yeah, me and Jarvis, we do. Me and Jarvis fall down. Believe it or not, me and Jarvis agree on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and we just go about it a different way. Me and Jarvis both like Tchouaméni. We think he's an excellent footballer, but we don't think he's Premier League ready. I didn't think he had. I know he was injured, by the way. I didn't think he had a great World Cup. Jarvis will tell you, I thought Coney was a better option.
Rabiot was the better one of those three, I would say. Rabiot had a good,
I don't know, Tyrone. I came on here, didn't I, and said about Rabiot. You said, "Fuck off, Stu."
Nah, not my. Yeah, for me, I don't. Yeah,
I know. But
he had a good World Cup. Yeah, I think he was the better
yeah.
of the three.
No, he did. It's just that I think with World Cups, you have so many players that do really well in World Cups and stuff, and then they might join the Prem and it doesn't.
Well, the reason I said it, Tyrone,
so different a tournament.
Yeah, the reason I said it, Tyrone, is I think he's matured. I saw a much more matured footballer than I saw a couple of years ago. I would agree with you a couple of years ago. I think he was quite an immature player. I've seen a more mature player. He's big, he's strong, he can tackle. You know, he can't score goals or anything like that, but, you know, he would be a good option. But we won't revisit Rabiot at all anyway. I don't think
that's over. Yeah.
He's even on our radar. I think, I think two things will happen. We're either going to get super creative and we're going to pull somebody out of the dust that nobody's really heard of, or we are, Tyrone, going to go and hunt and get Tchouaméni. That's where I believe now we'll go with it. It's going to be one of those.
I just wish INEOS would just like say to Palace, look, we want Wharton. What price do you want? For me, he'd be my number one choice just because of his skill set. But sadly, I don't think we're going to get him.
Well, he was. Me and Jarvis were absolutely convinced, Tyrone. He was odds on for Liverpool, didn't we, pal? We were convinced, weren't we? We knew, like everybody else, and Jamie will back us up here. We knew that Anderson was going to City. We knew that. We knew it. Months ago.
We felt that right away. You know,
we knew it months ago. And Jamie was really, really on that one as well. And we also felt that we thought that Wharton was odds on for Liverpool, but that just hasn't materialised. And
100 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I haven't even shouted one time for you guys to smash the like. So thank you, guys. Thank you.
That is unreal. But I think he's quite an upright player, Tyrone. I think he's very tall, very bold. He's very upright for me. And I don't, it's just me.
Oh, don't you like that?
No, I don't like an upright player. I like a small, stocky, nasty fucker.
I think, I just like how I think it's his passing and his ability to open teams up. I think that's one thing I'd love him to bring to.
No, he's got that, pal. Yeah, he's definitely got that. I'll give you that.
Ryan Yates, is that the guy who plays for Forest, isn't it? Midfielder guy.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody went in for your Shay. What's his name? Shay, that Southampton dude. Somebody's gone in for him, haven't they? Is it Everton or somebody's gone in for him? 20 million or something like that.
No, I don't know. I don't know, Stu. Who are you talking about? Shay Charles?
That's it. Shay Charles.
Yeah. Everything has been in. Leeds have been putting in bids after bids.
Trying to get him. I was thinking Ray Charles for some reason.
Ray Charles.
The Green's gone in then, Jarvis. What about his stock?
But we haven't been linked to stocks. I think he's not for sale, but you know, he has a long contract. I think he's 31 or something, so it will be too expensive for any club coming in. And I don't know why he's not rated. Maybe it's not quick enough, but I rate him. I think he's a really good player. But I think we are, when it comes to the third mythical midfielder, I think we are between Enmentia, Kone, Baleba, Tchouaméni, and Sander Berge. I think.
Please don't say Mencha.
Out of all of them, I'd actually take Sander Berge.
Yeah.
Sander Berge. Yeah, I'd take him 100%.
Do you know Sander Berge?
You guys, you've won me over. I've actually watched him a bit more. You've won me over with Sander Berge.
Well, it's okay to be skeptical because you know he hasn't proved himself in a big team. So this is the risk with Sander Berge. We never know how he will be. You know, playing at the big team. You know, being the dominant part of the possession, but I think he can do it. I think he's good enough.
He's got a good temperament.
I think he has a big player temperament. You know, his best mate is none other than Erling Haaland. You know, and you know they are.
Never heard of him. Who's he?
You heard about him? You know,
No,
so
never heard of him.
I think he would love the jet set life of being a Man United player, and you know being around his best mate. So yeah. And he also did really well in the World Cup, you know, when the stakes were high. He raised his level, you know, he raised his game. So I'm not worried about that. Yeah, did you have a question, Tyrone?
No, I'm just I think with regards to midfield, like if we didn't bring anyone else in and we just promoted Thwaites into the first team squad, that would be enough for me. But as long as we can get a decent centre back, because for me, centre back is a worry for me, especially if Maguire gets injured. But yeah,
I think the centre back thing went out the window as soon as Maguire signed a new contract. I think that was the end of every centre back discussion internally in the club.
Yeah, you're on about the legend Harry Maguire, are you?
Yeah.
Harry Maguire, your defense is terrifying.
Jamie, by the way, you've got to come on and the next call in so we can chat me old mates. It'd be great to do that. Jamie's also left his Xbox on, everybody, during the whole stream. So I don't know what he's playing. Is he? I presume he's waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6, which I'm quite excited about. But there is one problem: I don't own an Xbox or a PS5. So
you're gonna get one. Get a PS5.
Well, that's what I hear. I do hear that. So I haven't told the wife yet. But,
when are you going to get time to, you know, it's no
I'll never have time, Jarvis. I'll never have time.
You're asking for a well,
I'm asking for a
don't buy an Xbox, don't buy a PlayStation.
I've got a big issue with Sony now. I've got a big issue with them because they're bringing out all these new consoles and they're all going to be digital only. They're going to remove all the discs. People are owning the discs, which is wrong, I think.
I've heard this. My boy was telling me about that. The other day, actually. Jamie, I'm not a big gamer, unfortunately. And my lad is, as I'm sure everybody who's got kids in the chat, their kids are big gamers. My lad is so, but I don't know. I don't have time. Jarvis is right. I haven't got time. You know,
when are you going to get time? You know, we are too old to sit there. You know how much time gaming will take of your day?
I don't have
no
time
anymore. 10 hours a week.
Well, the thing is, though, if I work 10 minutes tomorrow morning, Jarvis, I'll have to have a nap. I'll have to have a lie down.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Christ, can't do it. Jarvis will be in the office by 6 tomorrow.
I must be getting old because after the game and stuff, I went home, rested after the shower, and then I just dropped to sleep.
Good lads. That's how you do it. That's how you continue playing football, Tyrone.
Yeah.
Me and Jarvis have fallen asleep on the stream before. We just haven't told anyone.
Oh wow.
No. If you see me sitting like this.
You see us go like this, it's like he's stalled, hasn't he? No, we're asleep, we're snoring.
Guys, it's been a great stream. I've been doing 2 hours 41 minutes. It's been a massive stream, you know, guys. Thank you, Tyrone, for jumping on, and
thanks for having me on. We should do it more often. I really enjoy coming on and speaking.
You are more than welcome. And everybody who's come on tonight, everybody who wants to come on, you are more than welcome. Just put in the chat when you want to come on. And if we've got time, me and Jobs will bring you on, honestly. I just would like to say thank you for everyone that's pitched in tonight. I did see Trevor's comments about the show being better with me not on it. I will resign, Trevor, if that's what you need. Only joking, mate. But no, thanks to Tyrone, Neil, Jamie, was it Tager? You had a couple of others on.
Nas was on, Neil was on.
Thank you.
So many legends, Tyrone. Yeah, it's been a great. It was great, you know. Saga was on, Tega was on. Yeah,
Ryan was on as well.
And it's actually, you know, I enjoyed it. It's so nice talking to you guys. You know, getting to hear your voice and not just seeing the emoji and reading your name and all of this. You know, it brings us closer in a way.
It does bring us closer. And as I say, you know, you had about 1,000 viewers before I came on, Jarvis, and what? Straight down.
Nah, I think we have had a lot of viewers. It's been a good
Done
show.
well.
I don't know how many.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick check. So how many people tuned in during the live show? We can see right now. It must have been at least 1,000. I hope.
Shout out to Stephanie for her kind words as well. I really appreciate it. And
Stephanie's always a legend.
Yeah.
We have had 3,300 people tuning in and watching us live. You know, that's, I don't know what's going on.
We should have the night off more often.
Yeah.
Nah, Stu, you're a legend, man. Come on.
Oh, thank you very much. And for all of you that have been asking, sorry, and thanks for all your messages about it. My lad's been at a Stussy thing. I think it's called Stussy's a DJ, isn't he, or something like that? And he's been watching all DJs over the weekend. I was telling Jarvis about it, and he was supposed to be coming out with his mates tonight, but just before at 5 to 9, me and Jarvis in the green room, and I had the call to go and pick him up, so I've had to go and pick up my boys. So just being a dad, me and Jarvis are parents at the end of the day, and we love doing this. But you got to be a parent as well at the same time. So
it's life, we are doing this on our own free time, so we're not getting paid. We're not professional YouTubers. None of us are. So yeah, but hopefully one day, if people start tuning in like this every time, it's been a great show.
Did you get any gems today, by the way?
No gems as I've seen, because I've been talking. I haven't even been reading out any comments. I'm so sorry that I didn't have time to interact with you guys. When I have guests, I can't be rude. And
no, you can't.
No.
But there is a question from Trev though. Before you go,
yes.
Trev says, Jarvis, serious question. How long is Tyrone going to keep on that pose? He's at least 20 minutes in and hasn't blinked an eye yet. He was Trev is
I will come on camera every now and again. Just my computer's not working. The cam doesn't come on.
Oh, that's okay. And for anyone who want to come on next time we do a call in, don't be afraid. Just jump on. You don't have to.
Oh, 80 Jules. 80 Gems. Thanks, Rob.
80 Jules. Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Don't forget, we've got Jarvis's Corner tomorrow night, everybody. Please get your questions in early doors. We love the Q&A on a Monday night. It's great fun.
By the way, Stu, I got an email from YouTube that if we get Jules in 3 consecutive shows, we will get a something like a 70% bonus from YouTube.
Hey, we need a jewel in the next show.
Yes, so actually this jewel from Rob saved us.
Yes,
so this is the second show in the row. So tomorrow night when we tune in live, we need at least one more duel, and then we will get to 70% add-on something from YouTube. So yeah,
and we will tell you how much that is to us. It's actually 7 pence. That's about it for us.
No. I think people are very generous when it comes to gifting and donations to this channel. I'm so pleased, and I know it's your hard-earned money. So we don't take a wage.
Don't take any money out of it. Jarvis pays for StreamYard and he pays for Canva. And we had an equipment upgrade, but we don't pay. We don't get anything ourselves.
No. Most of it go back to the channel. So yeah.
Everything goes into the channel.
Yeah. So how much is 80 Jules? It's like £2. But thank you anyway. It's great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Trev,
but by the way, I want to play him a tune because I have a new tune. But there's no sound. I haven't had time to edit it yet. So it's just a Ronaldinho best. It's 35 seconds. It's just a world premiere. Just enjoy, and I will add sound to it tomorrow. So if we receive big gifts, I will always play the Ronaldinho. So let me know, Stu.
Okay. That isn't Ronaldinho. That's you. I've seen you do that skill before. You've just edited Ronaldinho in there, haven't you? That's you, pal.
I think it's brilliant. Look at that.
He's very good at stuff like that, isn't he? Oh, sorry, Tyrone. We've just seen.
It's brilliant.
He's amazing, wasn't he, Ronaldinho?
Natural balance.
He's got everything in it. That's why the hell would you embarrass a player of that quality at the World Cup and bring him out in some Stupid. Tyrone, absolutely no problem at all. You were great, by the way. A big thank you as well to everybody who came and supported Jarvis, because it means a lot to me personally. And I know you love me, Trev. We'll keep it quiet. But yeah, thank you for supporting Jarvis. I really, really do appreciate that.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's been a great show. And thank you to Tyrone, Jamie, Jules, Ryan, and Jamie, and all of you guys for being a part of this show. We will be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. as usual, and Mark will be with us. Hopefully, I can get the Nerdin and Cass or both of them to come on, and we will have a proper debate, talk about the latest Man United, and go through the latest news. We didn't have time to break all the things I was planning to talk about tonight, but we can't do it every time. So thank you, everybody. It's been a great stream. Thank you, Stu. Thank you all. And please leave a comment in the non-live section after the show. Hype the show. Like if you haven't. Subscribe if this is your first time. And we will see you on the next one. Have a good night and bye-bye.